listening to the Valpo Sports Radio Network, home of Valparaiso Beacon Athletics.
Sackey to Kaiser. Kaiser driving. He jumped it underneath Gordon. Laid it in. 3 seconds to go. It's Clemens in the backcourt. Clemens will have to launch from half court. No good, and Valpo wins it. Aaron Gordon after John Kaiser assist.
From kickoff of football season to Arch Madness, the Valpo Sports Radio Network brings you every thrilling moment for the brown and gold.
Taken away by Morgan, gives to Edwards in transition, goes on the glass, and a monster one-handed poster. Oh my goodness, Sheldon Edwards, you are incredible.
On air at 95.1 FM and streaming live at thesource95.com. You're listening to the Valpo Sports Radio Network.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. We are live from the Athletics Recreational Center here on the campus of Valparaiso University for today's women's basketball Missouri Valley Conference matchup featuring the visiting team on the scoreboard, the 9-5 University of Drake Bulldogs, who are coached by Allison Pullman, who is in her first official season as head coach of the Bulldogs, and the home team, the 3-11 Valparaiso Beacons, who are head coached by Mary Evans, who's in her fourth official season as the head coach of the Valparaiso Beacons. Hello once again, everyone. I'm Zach Collins. We're just about 25 minutes away from tip-off, and now we'll start here at the Northwest Health Women's Basketball pregame show right here in the Valpo Sports Radio Network. Welcome back again to a Women's Missouri Valley Conference matchup. And, of course, on every pregame show, let's go over the last game for the Beacons against UNI Panthers, particularly in the fourth quarter in itself. UNI converted on a 4-point play on the first possession of the fourth quarter to pull ahead 53-40. This was the biggest lead of the game by 13 points, but Valpo held the Panthers to just 2 points over a stretch of nearly 8 minutes to have a comeback in this competition. It was contributions just all across the board for Valpo. Really, it was the first 3 points from Leah Ernest and a bucket by Maya Dunson that started this, which helped in terms of getting the pair of free throws by Shea Frederick, helped cut the lead 53-47, still 7 minutes to play in the fourth quarter. The Panthers eventually got a second chance basket their next trip to come back with their lead of 8 points in the competition. But that's pretty much where it lay. They didn't score too much after that. They didn't score after 4 minutes, which helped Grace White in the two-way scoring drought with the drive and finish. Valpo's defense actually forced UNI on another shot clock violation. Elise Pitts, who actually played very, very well, was one of the players of the game in the last game against UNI. Came up big. She had a big 3-point play with 3 minutes remaining to bring the Beacons within 55-52. So they're within 3 at this point. After the teams traded a pair of turnovers, Valpo eventually forced another miss from UNI and then tied the game for the first time since it was 0-0 in the first quarter. Pitts eventually went down, hit a triple, which was the team's lone three-pointer of the fourth quarter, even things up at 55, as I had mentioned. UNI then split a pair of free throws on the next trip, made it 56-55. And then Leah Ernest fed Olivia Brown for a layup with just 1 minute, 15 seconds left to go. And then eventually Carly Rucker connected on a floater at 1 minute mark and set the stage for Shea Frederick. She jumped, made a game-clinching bucket, made it with contact just with 51 seconds to go, and made the free throw as well to give them a 2-point lead. UNI missed the 16-foot jumper out of their timeout, and Valpo ran out the shot clock before missing a 3-point attempt. The Panthers had just one last shot, but their try from deep was no good as the buzzer sounded, hit the floor. We saw Frederick hit the floor as well, just out of excitement in that last game. And really, just a game in the last 4 minutes was one of the most exciting competitions that we have seen this Valpo team convey so far this season. They're just a team that are able to come back. And the thing is about this team, they persevere. They try to get better every single game. And, man, that was one heck of a game to get better at against UNI. Gave them their first conference win of the season, as well as ended their 2-game losing streak to bring them on to their 1-game winning streak currently now as they won 60-58 over the UNI Panthers. We'd like to remind you that the Valparaiso Women's Basketball pregame show is brought to you by Hungry Howie's, First Source Bank, Allegiance Credit Union, Culver's, Holiday Inn Express, Lakeshore Bone and Joint, Royal Excursions, Wigs Etc., Bud Light, Berkshire Hathaway, Heinold & Feller, Pepsi, Terry's, Discount Windows, and Ticket Smarter. And once again, you're listening to the Northwest South Women's Basketball pregame show right here on the Valpo Sports Radio Network. Let's talk about just one player in particular for the Beacons, and that is Caitlin Morrison, as she surpassed a pair of Valpo career records when she just stepped onto the floor in the center circle against the UNI Panthers. She appeared in her 126th game of her Valpo career, breaking a tie of 125 previously with Catherine Noster for the most games played in program history. It was also the 122nd start of Caitlin Morrison's career, breaking a tie with Meredith Hamlet for the most starts by a player in program history. So she's going to continue that here today, most likely. Morrison did not play as much in the UNI competition, seemed to struggle underneath the basket, but eventually started to find her way early in the second half, just did not play. Valpo really needed a lot of guards out at that point, and that's exactly what Mary Evans did. She figured out, hey, we can't have our bigs down low, we just have to have our guards drive it every time, screen up top. And that's what really worked for this team last game, and I'm hoping that they do that here against Drake, because that's where Valpo really succeeded against the Panthers. But going over this series with the Bulldogs and the Beacons, Drake has actually won all 13 meetings in all time of this series. And the thing is, there's only been 3 series in Valpo's record over 10 games that they've played where they haven't won a game. One of those being Miami, Ohio. The other one, of course, Drake. And the other one, Notre Dame. They are 0-27 against Notre Dame, 0-13 against this Drake Bulldogs squad, and 0-11 against Miami, Ohio. So just 3 things that this Beacons team can't do. They can't beat the Bulldogs, the Irish, and they can't beat the Red Hawks of Miami, Ohio either. But hopefully they can get something going here, as previously the average margin of victory was 31.9 points in the first 7 matchups. But since Valpo joined the Valley in the last 4 meetings, the margin of victory for Drake has just been 7.5 points. But at the same time, Drake has also averaged 83.2 points per game against Valpo. They averaged 79.1 points per game this season. So definitely a big feat for Valpo to hold on here. They're going to have to really compete hard. They're going to have to shoot well against this Drake Bulldogs squad if they want to compete tightly in this competition. And at the same time, they do have a very good chance. This Drake Bulldogs team is missing 2 big key players on this squad, and that is number 42, Maggie Bear, and number 43, Grace Berg. Grace Berg, actually last year being the MVC Newcomer of the Year and the MVC Tourney team, and the first MVC Tourney team as well. She was just a very good player. She's great underneath the basket. She was one of the best in the Valley. You definitely would hear her name if you paid attention to Valley play last year. She averaged 11.7 points per game so far this season with 4 rebounds. She was actually shooting 50% from the field as well. And Maggie Bear, also a very good player, the 6'3 junior, averaging 12.2 points per game, 5.3 rebounds per game. She was shooting 57% from the field, 50% from the 3-point line as well. And every time she went to shoot, it was pretty much a bucket that was going in. 58 of 119 on the season. She also won't be here in today's contest as well. A couple of other players for the Drake Bulldogs that will not be in competition today due to health and safety protocols is Sarah Beth Golder, number 10, Katie Denenbeer, and number 3, Taylor McCauley. And Katie Denenbeer was actually another very good player, good freshman coming out this season. Most likely is going to be a player that makes the MVC freshman contention there in terms of how her play has been. She's averaging 9.8 points per game, 3.3 rebounds, and 4 assists in every competition. She's actually coming into this contest shooting 52.3%. Those are 3 starters that the Bulldogs will not have in today's competition. They did not play in the game against Loyola Chicago either. That's really what happened in that terms of that game. They lost 63-46, one of Drake's biggest losses so far this season, one of the biggest losses against a Valley team in quite some time as well. So this is a Drake team that's going to have some limited numbers, but at the same time, Valparaiso, they're going to have some of the same limited numbers as they had against UNI. They're not going to have Ava Interante on the floor. Neither is it going to be number 11, Molly Sheena, number 12, Sierra Butler, number 15, Carrie Wyman, a very, very good player for this Valpo team, averaging around 12 points per game, 2 assists, and 2.5 rebounds per competition. So another very good player for this Valpo team that could definitely help here against Drake in this competition today, but not able to play in this contest due to health and safety protocols. A couple of other players unable to play. Number 20, Katie Byer. Number 23, Lauren Gunn. Number 25, Ella Van Whelan. And number 41, Jada Johnson. All will not be playing in today's contest against the Drake Bulldogs due to health and safety protocols. Let's hope we can move on from this sometime soon and have full squads going at each other once again, so we have some good competition here in Valley Play, as we always like to have. So when we return, we'll be talking about the Bulldogs even further, as well as the Beacons, some keys to the game, the conference standings, and the starting lineups, and as well as some scores from around the league, the NFL scores, as some games are taking place today in the last week of NFL competition, as well as some women's college basketball scores. There's a lot of games taking place in the top 25, and quite a few Valley games taking place all at the same time today, and one that is actually currently already in action. So we'll make sure to give you score updates with those as well, and the contest will follow soon after. So stay tuned. You're listening to the home of Valparaiso Beacons basketball here on the Valpo Sports Radio Network.
Ticket Smarter is glad we are back to holding live events. If you are looking to buy tickets to the best sports, concerts, and theater events, all at the very best price, look no further than Ticketsmarter.com or on the app. Buying tickets at Ticketsmarter will help support children in need. For every ticket transaction on TicketSmarter, $1 will be donated to a children's charity. TicketSmarter is proud to be the official ticketing partner of bowl season. TicketSmarter, a smarter way to buy tickets.
Terry's Discount Windows is a local family-ran Christian business serving the Valparaiso community since 2003. They specialize in windows, siding, doors, and more. Terry's Discount Windows has been voted 6 straight years the Post-Tribune Neighbor's Choice Award for Best Window and Siding Company. Terry's also has been voted twice the Times Best of the Region. Terry's sells the best quality and most energy-efficient windows and siding on the market today. Call Terry's at 219-476-0400 for a free in-home estimate, or visit them online at terrysdiscountwindows.com. Mention Valpo Crusaders and receive additional savings.
Imagine this: golden crispy fries with just the right amount of salt, dipped in your favorite sauce. You're thinking about McDonald's, aren't you? Make your McDonald's fried dreams a reality and pair them with your fave sandwich for just $3. Choose a bacon cheeseburger, McDouble, or hot and spicy McChicken. Add any size soft drink for $1 or a medium frozen Coke beverage for $1.69. Only at McDonald's. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba. Prices and participation may vary. Cannot be combined with any other offer or combo meal. Coca-Cola is a registered trademark of the Coca-Cola Company.
Minutes still matter when it comes to medical emergencies. Chest pain, severe abdominal pain, headache, high fever, and other emergencies need fast medical care. So please, don't put off getting care in an emergency. Northwest Health has implemented strict safety standards so that you can come to us confidently, knowing we are providing a safe place with quality care. Visit northwesthealthercare.com or call 911 in an emergency.
Whether it's buzzer beaters,
Puts one up at the buzzer, and we go to overtime.
big celebrations, or an electric atmosphere, we've got it all in the Valley. We've got some of the best. We mean the best.
Women's basketball in the nation.
And the postseason starts here
At Hoops in the Heartland.
We'll see you in the Quad Cities.
March 10th through 13th, presented by Grinnell Mutual Insurance. Visit NBCQuadCities.com for ticket information.
Live on WVUR 95.1 and streaming at WVURTheSource.com, you're listening to the Valpo Sports Radio Network.
And we are back here in the Athletics Recreational Center. I'm Zach Collins, and we'll continue here on our Northwest South Women's Basketball pregame show right here on the Valpo Sports Radio Network. Let's get into the Valley and some of this weekend's games, which are brought to you by IBEW and the Powering America team of Northwest Indiana. Looking at one game that's currently heading into halftime at this point, Bradley taking on the Indiana State Sycamores in Terre Haute. Indiana State up 40-24 at the half. A very high-scoring game for the Sycamores there. Bradley hoping to come back and clinch a win in that one. Bradley 3-8, Indiana State 6-7 overall. And a couple of other games taking place alongside this Valparaiso and Drake game at 1 o'clock are Northern Iowa taking on the Loyola Chicago Ramblers. Loyola Chicago, a very big surprise coming into this season. They're 9-5 so far this season. A very good team overall in Valley play, but at the same time, they're a team that really hasn't had a very strong schedule, and I think when it comes down to Valley play, they might crumble a little bit under the pieces, but at the same time stay within the top 4 in Valley play. I believe they're going to be a good team, but not as good as they currently show right now. As well as the Redbirds are going to be taking on the Purple Aces at Evansville. That'll also take place at 1 o'clock as well. Looking at a couple of other games taking place across the nation, specifically alongside the top 25 in women's basketball. Number 1, South Carolina taking on number 21, Kentucky. South Carolina's up 41-27 over Kentucky currently right now. In the second half, just 2 minutes remaining in this game. Number 7, Tennessee taking on Ole Miss. A very, very low-scoring game, 34-17. That must be one impressive-looking game there. It's actually in the second quarter, not in the second half. And another game taking place that's currently at halftime. Number 11, UConn, and a former Valley member of Creighton. They're currently at their halftime period. UConn is up 36-29, so a tight game there. UConn, they're still a very good team. They're 6-3. Are they number 1? No. Are they undefeated? No. But at the same time, they're a team that is very good, and they're going to continue to compete very, very well, especially in their conference. Look at a final score, the game that had already taken place today. It was an early game. Number 8, Michigan taking on Rutgers. Michigan winning 76-47. Hillman had 19.6 rebounds and 4 assists for Michigan. A couple of other games taking place alongside this game today will be number 5, NC State taking on Miami. Number 17, Duke taking on Syracuse. And number 22, Iowa taking on Nebraska. So we'll also trying to keep you up to date with those scores as well as those games are currently taking place alongside our competition here in the ARC. Looking at some NFL scores here today, the last week of NFL regular season play. Browns currently beating the Bengals in the second quarter. 13 minutes, 27 seconds left to go. It's a 7-0 lead for the Browns. Packers taking on the Lions. 11 minutes, 20 seconds remaining. It's tied at 7-all in that game. Detroit currently at the 52nd and 13 for them. The Chicago Bears taking on the Detroit Lions. 8:58 remaining in the second quarter. Bears up 3-0 in that competition. And also another game taking place. The Washington football team taking on the New York Giants. Football team's up 3-0 over the Giants. 9:23 remaining in the second quarter of that contest as well. Colts taking on the Jaguars. Jaguars are up 7-3, and the thing is, if the Jaguars beat the Colts here today, that will actually give the Steelers a playoff spot to able to advance further. So it'll be interesting to see how this game goes. If it's already a 7-3 lead, it's going to be interesting to see how the Indianapolis Colts do in this game as well. 7-3 Jags lead, 8:21 remaining in the second quarter. A couple of other games taking place. Steelers do also have to beat the Ravens as they are taking on the Ravens here today. It's a 3-0 lead for the Pittsburgh Steelers. 11 minutes, 41 seconds to go in the first half. And one other game taking place currently right now is the Tennessee Titans taking on the Houston Texans. That game is tied at 0. 9 minutes and 12 seconds remaining in the first half. But one thing is, Tennessee has just scored and put up a 6-0 lead just right now. So Tennessee's now up 6-0. They're going to be kicking the extra point here shortly. But getting back to things here, let's talk about the Drake Bulldogs. Let's actually go further into that last game, as I mentioned, against the Loyola Ramblers. The Bulldogs were missing, as I mentioned, 3 of their 5 starters, but despite being down 4 different players and 3 of those starting players on this Drake squad, they held Loyola to just only shooting 20% in the first half. Megan Meyer also led the Bulldogs with 16 points, playing all but 9 minutes in that competition. Allie Woldridge received her first start since March of 2021, and freshman guard Maggie Phillips was one of the 4 people to make a shot beyond the arc. She also ended that game with 6 points. Graduate guard Hannah Fuller received her first start since November of 2020, the last game against Green Bay, which she left with a lower leg injury. She did start in that game against Green Bay, went out with a lower leg injury, didn't play for quite some time as well. The Bulldogs also currently rank in the number 12 spot in the College Insider's mid-major top 25 poll. Of course, that's when they're full and healthy, and it'll be interesting to see how they do here in this game today. Claiming the number 1 spot, of course, is the MVC foe, and team that's actually close to being ranked is Missouri State. The Bulldogs are currently ranked number 1 in the nation for team field goal percentage. They're at 49.4%. They rank above schools in the Big 10, 12, and the ACC. They're also number 2 in the nation for assists per game. They're sitting at 20.1 assists per game. Drake also trails DePaul by just 0.2 in that stat as well. Drake was ranked number 4 the week of December 13th. So they're a team that's definitely improving when they're full, when they're healthy, when they have their full squad on the floor. So it'll be very interesting to see how they do here in this competition today against the Beacons. The Beacons also not having a full squad either. They're fairly limited with how many players that they have here currently in this competition, so it'll be interesting to see how Drake and Valpo do here with their limited numbers. Of course, Valpo with their limited numbers winning against UNI in their last competition, and that was by 2, but at the same time they had to come back and clinch some baskets late in that competition as well. So we'll see how both of these teams do here today against one another with limited numbers as well. Valpo only playing with 8 girls in today's competition, so it'll be interesting to see how both of these teams do. Let's take a look at the conference standings, which are brought to you by Holiday Inn Express and Suites in Valparaiso. Looking at the leading number of the conference, Missouri State, of course, is leading 2-0 in the Valley, 11-2 overall. They're on a 7-game winning streak coming into this game, and they're one of the few teams that are not playing in today's games of slate of Valley games. So it'll be interesting to see how everything works out along with SIU. They're in the 2nd spot. They're not also playing today. And any Valley play, they're 2-0 in the Valley, 7-5 overall on a 2-game winning streak. The Sycamores are looking to move up in the conference. They're looking to get their 500 record as they're 6-7 currently, 3-game winning streak for them. Evansville sitting right behind. They're at 7-6, 1-1 in the Valley. Right behind them is Indiana State. They're 1-1. Illinois State was in the 3rd spot. Indiana State in the 5th spot. They're also 6-7. They're pretty much tied for that spot. Illinois State, Evansville, and Indiana State are really fighting for that 3rd spot in the Valley. Drake 9-5, 1-2 in the Valley. Loyola 9-5, 1-2 in the Valley. Loyola's only Valley win is against the Drake Bulldogs. Valparaiso 3-11, 1-2. UNI does not have a conference win yet, but they've only played 1 game. They're 0-1, 7-5 overall. And the Bradley Braves just looking to snap their losing streak, but they're on a 8-game losing streak. They're 3-8 overall, 0-2 in Valley play. They're just really rebuilding there in Bradley this year. We're just going to see a team that is just going to struggle pretty much all season long. They're trying to find their own footing, and hopefully they do here soon. We're going to take a quick break, and we'll be back here to pause for the national anthem. So we'll be back in 1 minute and 30 seconds. You're listening to the home of Valpo basketball here on the Valpo Sports Radio Network.
There's no need to fear. The First Source Bank mobile app is here. As fast as a mobile deposit. Built to pay bills instantaneously. Powered to balance budgets. And with a simple tap, a call is placed for that personal touch. All this power is disguised as a mild-mannered app on your phone, ready to fight for your financial freedom.
You work hard for your money. We know you do. With that same work ethic, Allegis Credit Union has been serving the very same hard-working Northwest Indiana community residents for over 50 years. There is no better place to go for your financial needs, such as new and used vehicle loans, personal loans, Visa credit cards, and home equity loans. We are here to help you get that loan you deserve. Make it easy by simply applying for your loan online at allegis.org or stop into the Allegis office nearest you. Not only can Allegis offer affordable payments, but also extra benefits, such as a fast application process and no payments for 90 days. Come to a place where we take take care of hardworking community people like you. Visit allegis.org for more information today. That is allegis.org. Contact Allegis for more information on the 90-day no payment option. Membership required for loan disbursement.
Heinold and Feller Tire and Lawn Equipment strive to exemplify the true meaning of the words trust, courtesy, and honesty. In fact, many of our customers say we've done a pretty good job of it. Since 1958, we've been providing auto repair and full-service tire sales to Porter County, Indiana. Come visit us at our Valparaiso or La Crosse locations, or check us out at heinold-feller.com. We look forward to many more years of providing you excellent service, because at our Heinold & Feller, your family matters to ours.
Live on WVUR 95.1 and streaming at WVURTheSource.com, you're listening to the Valpo Sports Radio Network. And we are back here in the Athletics Recreational Center. I'm Zach Collins. We'll continue here with the last couple minutes of our Northwest Health Women's Basketball pregame show right here on the Valpo Sports Radio Network. Here today's starting lineup, sponsored by the Allegis Credit Union. Allegis is now offering up to $400 for vehicle refinancing and $200 for new student accounts. Visit allegis.org for more information. First, of course, are the starting lineups for the visiting team, the Drake Bulldogs. Number 2, Maddie Peterson will be starting in this competition. Number 11, Megan Meyer, the highest scoring against the Loyola Ramblers there. Number 14, Anna Miller. Number 15, Allie Woldridge. And number 22, Hannah Fuller. And, of course, the Bulldogs are coached by Allison Pullman in her first season overall. She was actually the former associate head coach for the Bulldogs, has been with this program for over 14 years. And she also helped as an associate head coach to help Jeannie Baranchek, who's currently now at Oklahoma, to a 123-39 record. Very good coach, very tenured coach. I think it's a good hire for the Drake Bulldogs. And just speaking of Baranchek, her as well as the former head coach of the Loyola Ramblers are now both at Oklahoma. So 2 Valley coaches currently going over to Oklahoma and pretty much succeeding on both levels as well. But of course, we'll head down to the PA announcer as usual for your Valparaiso Beacon starting lineups.
And now, the starting lineup for your Valpo Beacon. At guard, a 5'7" senior from Greenville, Wisconsin. Number 5, Shay Broderick. At guard, a 5'8" junior from East Grand Rapids, Michigan. Number 2, Olivia Brown. At guard, a 6-foot junior from Coopersville, Michigan. Number 21, Kara Bear Kempton. At guard, a 5'10" sophomore from Stevens Point, Wisconsin. Number 22, Leah Ernest. And at forward, a 6'2" senior from Glenview, Illinois. Number 40, Caitlin Morrison.
And those, of course, are your starting lineups for the Valparaiso Beacons. Once again, number 2, Olivia Brown. Number 5, Shay Frederick. Number 21, Kara Van Kempen. Number 22, Leah Ernest. And number 40, Caitlin Morrison starting in this competition. Keys of the game today are sponsored by Northwest Medical Group. Schedule an appointment today at mycarenorthwesthealth.com. Valpo really just has to continue to drive to the paint here in this game. That's where they succeeded very well against the UNI Panthers. Drake, of course, just keep on defending and keep on shooting. That's where they succeed most. They average 79.1 points per game. Of course, that's the full squad, but at the same time, we'll see how they do here in this game today. So thank you for joining us once again for Northwest Health Women's Basketball pregame show right here on the Valpo Sports Radio Network. Valpo today in this competition is going to be in their home uniforms with gold trim and brown lettering. Drake is going to be in their away blue uniforms with white trim and white lettering. Both of these teams are at the center circle. We're just currently waiting for them to give us the start as the official will start to head to the center circle here. Still waiting on the officiating crew to be able to get ready here, so we'll just wait a couple moments. But Valpo able to do a couple things here. Still currently waiting, but we'll eventually get ready Valpo's been 2-3 at home so far this season, 19-25 over Mary Evans. So this is where they succeed. This is where they've got 2 of their 3 wins on the season as the jump is taking place. Anna Miller and Caitlin Morrison. Miller winning that one, and Drake's going to be taking over here as a bucket underneath is attempted by Anna Miller, but she doesn't fall through and knocks out of bounds after that one. She grabbed her own rebound, but it went off her foot as she tried to bounce that one, so it does go out of bounds. Valpo will take the basketball. Frederick gets it to Ernest, and Frederick will bring the ball down the floor as we see Valpo's first possession of this game. Frederick goes left side for Olivia Brown. Brown gets it out to Frederick, right corner, top of the key for Kara Van Kempen, left side for Caitlin, and it's going to be a three-pointer coming from Leah Ernest is missed, and it's going to be rebounded by Maddie Peterson. Maddie Peterson, far side, gets it to Anna Miller, top of the key, now to Megan Meyer. Meyer gets it to Peterson, right side for Hannah Fuller. Fuller trying to kick it out on the right side to Allie Woldridge, just throws it out of bounds at the Valpo bench. Valpo will now take over with a possession here as the inbound comes for the Beacons, and Shea Frederick will bring the ball down the floor for Valparaiso once again. Left side, Morrison. This one's for 3, and it's good by Caitlin Morrison. That's a good way to start out for Morrison in this competition. Bulldogs now trying to answer back. Meyer driving, right side, stops, finds Fuller underneath the basket, pulls one up. That's no good. It's going to be rebounded by Caitlin Morrison. Looks like it's going to be a foul underneath the basket. It's going to be an Allie Woldridge. That'll be her first and the team's first. 3-0 lead here early in this first quarter for the Beacons. Frederick bringing the ball down the floor. Goes cross side for Caitlin Morrison in the left corner. She tries driving in. Goes cross side for Leah Ernest. They're calling an offensive foul on Caitlin Morrison. Morrison passed that one. Drake player falling down afterwards. She just bumped into her. It's a good take for Drake. If you're Morrison, you got to look out for that one underneath. Peterson now driving towards the right side. Guarded by Ernest. She's underneath. Kicks it back out to Miller. Now to Fuller. Now to Woldridge. Woldridge bounce passes to Meyer. Meyer tries driving in. Just hits off the glass. No good. Rebounded by Van Kempen. Frederick, top of the key. Loses a bit of control. Picks up her control here as she gets the ball. Starts to shimmy towards the right side. Top of the key. Left side for Olivia. Now kicks it to Morrison. This one's for 3. That one's good in the corner for Caitlin Morrison. Seeing Morrison be very successful on the outside of the perimeter. 2 of 2 so far from 3. 6-0 lead for the Beacons. Miller for 3 for Drake is no good. It's going to be rebounded by Van Kempen. Frederick bringing the ball towards that right side, outside the perimeter. Trying to find an inside player. Left side for Van Kempen, outside the three-point line. Top of the key now here for Ernest. She'll set up a play. 14 on the shot clock. She'll drive in towards that left side. Loses control for a second. Kicks it out to Van Kempen in the corner for 3. No good. Rebounded by Hannah Fuller. Fuller for the Bulldogs will bring the ball down the floor towards that left side. Now to Fuller. Now to Woldridge. Woldridge trying to drive in. Back to Fuller in the left corner. Fuller kicks it out top of the key for Meyer. Meyer loses control. Good hand there by Ernest. Now goes down low for Peterson. She tried putting that one up, and it's blocked by Morrison. Good block underneath by Morrison. Good control on the defensive end as well for Valpo. Grace White will check in here for the Beacons, and we'll see Courtney Becker for the Bulldogs. Drake taking the ball out of bounds underneath their own basket. Gets it into Fuller. Now to Becker. Becker kicks left side for Woldridge. Top of the key here for Meyer. This one's for 3. That one rolls out and out. It's going to be rebounded by Grace White. Frederick bringing the ball down the floor. Goes underneath the basket to Van Kempen. She kicks it back out to Morrison. Top of the key for White. Right side for Frederick. Frederick trying to drive in. She can't find a lane. Kicks it back out for Morrison. Now to Frederick. Top of the key. Dribbles the ball. Valpo sets up a play. Goes left side for Van Kempen. Now to Brown. Brown. Driving, kicks it out to Morrison. Right corner, 4-3, doesn't even touch rim. There's going to have to be a shot taken up. Brown unaware that the ball did not touch rim. She tried bringing it back out. She was unaware that that ball never touched the rim. and a shot clock violation coming for the Beacons. Maggie Phipps will be checking in here for the Drake Bulldogs, seeing her first appearance of today's competition. Drake will bring the ball down the floor, 6-0 lead early here for the Beacons. 6 minutes, 25 seconds left in this first quarter. Top of the key now here for Meyer. Left side for Peterson. Moving the ball outside the perimeter to Phipps. Now left side for Peterson once again. She's going to try to go cross court, but it's going to be an offensive foul, and that will come down low inside the interior on Allie Woldridge. That'll be her second and the team's second of today's competition. Drake's going to bring in a sub of Anna Miller. She's going to go in for Allie Woldridge. White is going to inbound the ball here for the Beacon. She's going to get it into Shea Frederick. Frederick's going to bring the ball down the floor for the Beacons. That's top of the key. She goes down low to White. She spin moves, fakes, and goes up for two. Good bucket by White. Good hesitation as well by her, just waiting for Drake to jump on by to try to get a block there. Probably should have just stood up and kept defense, but good job on White realizing the scenario. Drake now on the far side of the floor. Meyer tries driving in, spins on the right block, kicks it back out to Becker. Becker finding Peterson top of the key, going down low to Becker for two. That's going to bring up the Bulldogs' first points in today's competition. 8-2 lead for the Beacons. Frederick drove into the free throw line, comes back out to the three-point line, gets it left side for White. Now to Brown. Brown will travel top of the key, and it looks like Maya Dunson is going to be checking in here for the Beacons.
Maya Dunson.
She's going to be checking in for Caitlin Morrison here. Just a few minor mistakes so far that we've seen out of this Valpo squad, but nothing in terms of anything that's going to affect them long term in this competition. Peterson gets it to Miller. Now left side for Phipps. Bounce pass on the inside. Coming for the Bulldogs is Megan Meyer. Gets that one up off the glass. Good drive in by Meyer. She pivoted out, came right in. That's the kind of bucket that you like to see if you're the Bulldogs. Frederick tried to go down low, couldn't find anyone. Kicks it left side for Dunson. Dunson tries driving in off the glass. She's fouled. Doesn't fall through, so she'll go to the line for two. And we'll take our first timeout of this game here today. 4 minutes and 54 seconds remaining on the first quarter. Valpo 8, Drake 4. You're listening to the home of Valpo basketball here on the Valpo Sports Radio Network.
One meal everyone in your family can get on board with? It's Culver's. You may know us for our famous butter burgers, cooked to order for that great signature steak taste, but we're also known for our whole white meat chicken tenders and juicy chicken sandwiches, and our melty Wisconsin cheese curds, and our hand-battered North Atlantic cod.
At Culver's, we believe more menu options mean more ways to brighten your day. Welcome to Delicious.
Welcome to Holiday Inn Express and Suites, Valparaiso, Indiana, a proud corporate sponsor of Valparaiso University Athletics. Holiday Inn Express and Suites Valparaiso is an 85-room hotel that blends excellent customer service with modern hospitality. Enjoy a complimentary full hot breakfast buffet with our signature cinnamon rolls. All rooms include flat-screen televisions, wireless internet, and a coffee station. Check out the indoor heated pool, whirlpool, or exercise room. Need meeting space? We have it, just minutes away from many restaurants offering local flair, boutique shopping, and the Central Park Plaza. Come feel right at home and make your next Valparaiso stay with Holiday Inn Express. Call to make your reservation at 219-464-9395.
Live on WVUR 95.1 and streaming at WVURTheSource.com, you're listening to the Valpo Sports Radio Network.
Today's broadcast on Valpo basketball is brought to you by Culver's. Enjoy the Culver's Deluxe, layered with real Wisconsin cheese, crisp lettuce, ripe tomatoes, pickles, sweet red onion, and our signature mayo. It's topped with a lightly buttered toasted bun. It's our butter burger at its best. Welcome to Delicious. Valpo currently on an 8-4 lead over the Drake Bulldogs. 4 minutes, 54 seconds remaining here in this first quarter. Overall, we're just seeing Valpo continue to drive to the basket. A couple of threes made by Morrison puts Valpo with 6. It had a 6-0 lead. Then White made a bucket off the glass. That put them at an 8-0 lead. Then the Bulldogs drive down low, getting Meyer and Becker on both of those. But really one thing to look at, too, in terms of this Valpo team, if they continue to persevere and play that good defense that they've been known for quite some time here, that's where they're going to land successful overall. And really just look out for them to continue that defense on the inside of the interior, because really Drake is just going to continue to drive into the hoop all game long. They're not really a team that's been known for their three-point shooting. They're 36% from outside the perimeter, but they're not a team that takes a ton of threes. They're not like Valpo, where their offense revolves around the three. So it'll be interesting to see how that plays out throughout the rest of this competition, as Dunson just drove in and got fouled. She did not make the shot on the last play before we went to break, but she will be taking 2 at the line. Dunson only shooting 7 at the charity stripe, misses her first, only 42% from the free throw line. The Dayton, Ohio native, former Loyola Rambler, makes 1 but misses the other. After the split pair, it's 9-4, Valpo lead. Pass down low, underneath, was intended for Becker. Knocked away by Valpo. Last touch by Becker, so Valpo will obtain the possession here. Frederick goes to recover ball, rolled almost all the way to the concession stand, as Grace White will inbound here for the Beacons. Frederick will cross the timeline. Valpo, 4 women outside of the perimeter. She'll go right side of Van Kampen. Back up top of the key for Frederick. This one's for 3. That one's good for Shea Frederick. Good bucket by Frederick. Puts him at a 12-4 lead over Drake. Ball's going to be knocked away by a Beacon, as the pass was intended for the inside of the interior. Looked like it was going to go to Anna Miller on the inside. Knocked away by a couple of Beacon hands, and Maddie Peterson will be inbounding here. She gets it into Phipps. Hands it off to Peterson. Peterson finds the inside of Miller. She drives in, and that one's good, and she'll go to the line for the three-point play. Foul's going to be on Kara Van Kampen, just with a slight reach in there. That'll be her first and the team's second. Anna Miller will go to the line after a substitution of number 22, Hannah Fuller, comes into the game. Miller, the 67% free throw shooter out of Rochester, Minnesota. She'll go to the line, and she'll make the three-point play for the Bulldogs. Valpo will return back on the side. Drake 3 their last 3. Valpo 2 of their last 3. Kicks it right side for Brown. Now for Van Kampen. 4-3 in the right corner is no good. It's going to be rebounded by Fuller. Fuller goes cross court for Peterson. She pushes it quickly up the floor. Far side of Fuller goes to Becker. Now to Phipps. Phipps goes to Fuller once again. Fuller driving in. Puts it off the glass, and that one's good. Drake now 4 of their last 4. Bulldogs finding some rhythm here as the Beacons are now just seeing themselves with a 3-point lead. Frederick, top of the key, goes right side, finds White in the right corner. White goes back to Frederick, rings it around to Van Kampen. Back out top of the key to Frederick. 7 on the shot clock, gets it to Dunson. Dunson drives in, left side, tries spin move, puts up a floater off the glass, is no good. It's going to be rebounded by Miller. Maddie Peterson now bringing the ball up the floor. Kick it to Miller, now to Fuller. Fuller points, gets it to Becker. Becker finds inside of Peterson, and she puts that one off the glass, and it's good, and she'll be fouled by Grace White as she'll go to the line to finish the 3-point play. Leah Ernest will check in here for the Beacons. Hopefully she can bring some more defensive presence, as we're really not seeing Valpo do too much in terms of their defensive end. They haven't been highly successful here since after that media timeout and Drake driving on every time. And now we've got a tie game at 12 all as Peterson drives that one in. 12-12 as Frederick comes down the floor, goes right side for Dunson. Back up top of the key for Frederick. She gets it right side for Dunson again on the outside of the perimeter. Dunson, right corner for White. This one's for 3, and it's good by Grace White. 15-12, Valpo leads. Peterson, right side for Miller. Now goes cross side for Fuller. Back up to Becker. Now to Phipps. Phipps drives in right side, kicks it to Miller. Now back up top of the key for Peterson. Left side for Phipps as she tries driving over. Passes to Becker. Now top of the key for Phipps. Right side for Fuller. Top of the key. Drake tries moving it down low underneath the basket for Miller. It's going to be stolen away by Brown. Brown quickly coming down the floor. Passes to Ernest down low underneath the basket. Being knocked away by a Bulldog and somehow attained by Maya Dunson. Brown driving in once again. Tried bounce passing to Leah Ernest. Probably should have came to that ball. She just waited for it to come to her. Peterson to Fuller on the far side. Now to Miller. Tries going down low to Becker. Knocked away again by the Beacons. Now we're seeing this Valpo defense really step up underneath the basket against this Bulldog squad in terms of that defensive game in the paint. Ernest, right block, kicks it back out to White on the outside of the perimeter. Top of the key for Frederick. Inside free throw line for Ernest. Ernest pump fakes, goes towards the left side, but she will travel. She took just one step too many. Bulldogs and Beacons changing some things up here. Megan Meyer and Ashley Imes coming into this contest. Caitlin Morrison and Elise Pitts checking in for the Beacons. And Allie Woldridge also checking in for the Bulldogs. Quite a few subs. We see Allison Pullman and Mary Evans like to sub quite often. Pullman pretty much taking everything that Baranchek had done with the Bulldogs in terms of the offensive strategy. And in terms of putting a lot of subs in, Drake's doing the same thing here. And Ashley Imes will travel on the outside. Looked like she was trying to drive in, but she just never really attempted to drive. She just took a couple steps on the outside of the perimeter. Elise Pitts will bring the ball down the floor for the Beacons. Goes down low to Grace White. White trying to find an open gap. She puts up a shot, and she will be fouled. A late foul called by the official. And she'll go to the line for two as she missed that basket. Was an attempt on the shot. And Anna Miller will be checking back in for the Bulldogs after a quick time out. White will go to the line for two. She's shooting 91%, 31 of 34 here on the season. That first one is up and good. The Red Bee, Minnesota native, formerly played at Denver University and came over here to play at Valpo. Was had quite a career as a Valparaiso Beacon. She splits the pair at that one. Drake will take over here as Megan Meyer brings the ball down the floor. Kicks it to Miller, top of the key. Miller tries driving, goes cross side for Fuller. This one's for three. That one's no good. And it's going to be rebounded by Leah Ernest. Ernest gets it to Pitts just barely as Fuller almost got a hand on that one. Right corner for White. White goes cross court for Morrison. Morrison goes right side for Ernest. 50 seconds left on the game clock, 15 on the shot clock. Pitts, top of the key, gets it to Brown. Brown drives down low, off the glass, right hand is good by Olivia Brown. 18-12, 40 seconds remaining here in the first quarter. Meyer, far side, tried getting that ball to Courtney Becker. It's going to be last touch by Olivia Brown as it was a fight on the far side of the floor. Megan Meyer is going to be inbounding the ball here for the Bulldogs. On the far side, trying to look for anyone open. She does find Ashley Imes. It's going to be handed up back off to Meyer. Left side for Becker. Becker trying to find Fuller here once again. Right side here for Imes. Now left side here for Anna Miller. Hands it off to Fuller. Lots of good ball movement from the Drake Bulldogs as it's touched last by Leah Ernest. Valpo was hoping that was touched by Ashley Imes, but it was last touched by Ernest as that one goes out of bounds. 6 on the shot clock, 18 seconds on the game clock here. Drake with the possession. It's for three. Ashley Imes. That one rims off. Somehow saved in by Hannah Fuller. Ball underneath the basket. And the official is saying something about the clock. It did touch rim, so the shot clock should have expired. At the same time, the game clock did continue from what I saw. Officials are going to talk things over and I guess look at this one, but it did touch rim from my angle. I guess that's what they're going to be checking here. So they'll check that here shortly. We're going to take a quick break here. We'll be back in 30 seconds here on the Valpo Sports Radio Network.
There's There's no need to fear. The First Source Bank mobile app is here. As fast as a mobile deposit. Built to pay bills instantaneously. Powered to balance budgets. And with a simple tap, a call is placed for that personal touch. All this power is disguised as a mild-mannered app on your phone, ready to fight for your financial freedom.
Live on WVUR 95.1 and streaming at WVURTheSource.com, you're listening to the Valpo Sports Radio Network.
And we are back here in the Athletics Recreational Center. I'm Zach Collins, bringing you live for some Valparaiso women's basketball action. Valpo is currently on a lead of 6 points, 18-12 here, 10.2 seconds remaining in the first quarter. Officials are currently reviewing the last play. I don't know if they're looking in terms of the shot clock violation, but it did look like it touched rim, but I guess it might be looking. Hannah Fuller did save it as it was going out of bounds. Possibly they could be looking at what Fuller had done underneath, but at the same time, doesn't look like we have any cameras on the sides here today for sideline cams, so it would be very interesting to see if they do anything here with this one. See if anything's turned over. Drake and Valpo both are taking the floor, but officials still over at the scorers table here today in this competition. It's been pretty much a back-and-forth battle between these teams. However, Valpo, they're on a 6-0 run here. Drake, they're 5 of their last 7, but at the same time, they haven't scored in the last 3 minutes of play. So it's very interesting to see how this game has really turned out, how things are going. Officials finally coming over. And it looks like Drake is just going to be taking it out of bounds. I guess the officials were looking for that shot clock violation to make sure it touched rim because nothing else would have happened. 10.2 seconds remaining here in the first quarter. Hannah Fuller's going to be taking the ball out of bounds here for the Bulldogs. She's trying to look on the inside. She finds on the outside of Becker. Becker is going to be knocked away. Her pass by Pitts. Elise Pitts driving in, misses that one, rebounded by Ernest. She puts that one back up, and that will end the first quarter. Good follow by Leah Ernest, and good steal away by Elise Pitts. That's one way you'd like to end the first quarter, a 20-12 Valpo lead here at the end of the first. We're going to take a quick break here. We'll be back in 2 minutes on the Valpo Sports Radio Network.
You work hard for your money. We know you do. With that same work ethic, Allegis Credit Union has been serving the very same hard-working Northwest Indiana community residents for over 50 years. There is no better place to go for your financial needs, such as new and used vehicle loans, personal loans, Visa credit cards, and home equity loans. We are here to help you get that loan you deserve. Make it easy by simply applying for your loan online at allegis.org or stop into the Allegis office nearest you. Not only can Allegis offer affordable payments, but also extra benefits, such as a fast application process and no payments for 90 days. Come to a place where we take care of hardworking community people like you. Visit allegis.org for more information today. That is allegis.org. Contact Allegis for more information on the 90-day no payment option. Membership required for loan disbursement.
At Wings Etc., we love sports. So much that we packed our walls with tons of big flat screens tuned to the very best sports programming. At Wings Etc., we love big, cooked to tender, crisp perfection wings. And so do our fans who have voted our wings best in more and more cities across the Midwest. At Wings Etc., we love beer. We love it so much that we have over 40 different kinds of beers in bottles and on tap, including your favorite regional craft beers. Wings Etc. at 501 North Silhaven in Valparaiso and online at wingsetc.com.
When you need trusted electrical professionals, who do you turn to? Powering America's team of NECA and IBEW contractors can help. All of our electricians have 10,000 hours of on-the-job and classroom training to ensure the safety of your home or business electrical system. Licensed, bonded, and insured, drug-tested, and background checked. Visit poweringnorthwestindiana.org for a complete list of contractors, experts in residential, commercial, industrial, voice, data, video, and renewable energy projects. Visit poweringnorthwestindiana.org. Safely powering Northwest Indiana.
Live on WVUR 95.1 and streaming at WVURTheSource.com. You're listening to the Valpo Sports Radio Network.
Hey, Valpo sports fans, Wings Etc. Grill and Pub, located at 501 North Silhavia and East Chicago Street, has lunch specials featuring wings, burgers, wraps, rib tips, and more at amazing lunch prices weekdays from 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. Stop by and visit them today. Can't dine in? Order online at togo.wingsect.com. Wings Etc. Grill and Pub in Valparaiso. Just looking at some leading scores here so far after the first quarter. Caitlin Morrison with 6, White with 6 points as well. Shea Frederick with 3, Leah Ernest with 2. After that good bucket coming after the miss by Elise Pitts, but the steal away by her as well. Ernest followed through and put up a bucket to end the first. 20-12 lead here in the second quarter. Beacons out by 8. Pitts, top of the key, kicks it out left side free throw line. Spin move by Ernest goes down, but it's going to be called a travel. Ernest upset with that one, and Mary Evans just beyond astounded how that's a travel. Possibly it could have been the spin before the move of the Euro step could have been called the travel. That's what my guess would have been on that last call. Megan Meyer now taking over top of the key here for the Bulldogs. She kicks it right side for Fuller. Fuller kicks it back out top of the key for Meyer. Meyer drives over to the right side of the Homer Drew logo near the Valpo bench, far side. She goes top of the key now for Fuller. Now right side for Peterson. This one's for 3. That's no good. She got that one off with just about 2 seconds remaining on the shot clock. White gets it to Frederick. Regains control as Frederick on the outside of the perimeter. Right side for Pitts. Now back to Frederick. Frederick pushed in a little bit. Couldn't find any gaps open. Goes left side for White. 10 on the shot clock to be turned over. Hannah Fuller getting that turnover there. She's going to try to bounce past that one to Meyer. Runs into the leg of Grace White. It's going to be out of bounds. I saw what she's trying to do there, but it's a good job by White just putting her body in front of that one and making that ball go out of bounds to stop the easy drive in. It was a 2-on-1 opportunity. It's going to be Meyer here for 3. That bricks off. It's going to be rebounded by Shea Frederick. Frederick, one of the top rebounders for this Valpo team, takes a 3 here. That breaks off. No good. It's going to be rebounded and struggled around here by a couple of different players. It's going to be a jump ball down on the floor. Frederick as well as Megan Meyer getting down on the floor to fight for that basketball. 20-12, 8:29 remaining here in this first half. Valpo is leading by 8. Drake's going to come down the floor here as Maddie Peterson dribbles the ball. She's going to try to end their scoring drought. Bounce pass inside Ashley Imes. Now to Peterson, back to Imes. This one's for 3. That one's good by Ashley Imes. Only 2 of 8 from 3 this season, shooting 25%. She drills that one in. Frederick goes left side to White. It's going to be turned over by Fuller. Fuller's trying to drive in here. Right-hand layup. That one falls through and in. Fuller is one quick player. She makes sure to get her defensive presence known in a game, just drives out there every single time. Known for being a pretty quick player on the floor and actually averages 1.4 steals per game. She's got 2 here already in this competition. Morrison, top of the key, bounce passes to Ernest. Ernest trying to find an open player. She picks up her dribble, almost was a violation. She falls down, and it's going to be a foul call coming on Courtney Becker. Drake not winning that whistle on that one. Becker didn't even make contact with Ernest down low. 20-17, Valpo leading still by 3, 7:31 remaining in the second quarter. Valpo is going to be taking the ball out of bounds. One official pointing to the scorer's table. Looks like officials are going to figure out everything with the clock, but that is now worked out. They had a second. And an inside pass goes back in, and a foul is going to be called on the Bulldogs once again. It's going to be a push-off on Hannah Fuller.
Drake foul, Hannah Fuller.
Her and White were battling for that ball. Fuller just getting a little bit too aggressive in terms of trying to get that basketball. That'll land her first foul and the team's second. Pitts gets it into Frederick. Frederick's going to bring the ball across the timeline, go to the Grace White on the outside. Finding inside is Elise Pitts. Pitts, spin move, puts up a ball. That one falls through and in for Elise Pitts. Her first 2 points of today's competition as well. Drake bringing the ball down the floor here once again as Maddie Peterson's on the left side. Finds it on the inside of Becker. She gets blocked away as her attempt is no good. Drake's going to bring in a sub of Maggie Phipps. Phipps averaging around 4.4 points per game. Bulldogs inbound underneath their own basket of Megan Meyer, and an offensive foul is going to come on the Bulldogs. Looks like that'll be a number 23, Maggie Phipps. That'll be her first. Morrison just falling down after Phipps tried to shove off and pull out. Good foul call by the officials, something that a lot of the time is not called underneath the interior, was on that one. Frederick, top of the key for Pitts. Pitts finds underneath of Ernest. It's going to be the last touch by a Bulldog of Hannah Fuller. Thought Leah Ernest might have had a touch on that one as well, but it looked like it touched last of Fuller. Olivia Brown's going to be checking in here for the Beacons once again. Finally seeing her first appearance on the floor of the second quarter. Inbound pass goes to Ernest from Frederick. Ernest driving in. Right block puts up a shot off the glass. No good. Rebound by Ashley Imes. Imes gets it to Peterson. Left side for Meyer. Now left side for Fuller. Inside pass to Ashley Imes. That one's no good. Good drive. Good attempt by the Bulldogs. Just doesn't fall through. And Frederick gets the rebound. Finds Leah Ernest right underneath. Wide open. And that one's good for the sophomore. 24-17, 6 minutes and 19 seconds remaining here in the second quarter as Bulldogs Maggie Phipps missed a three-pointer in the right corner. They're able to get an offensive rebound. Left corner three for Megan Myers, no good as well. And it's going to be rebounded by Caitlin Morrison. Morrison gets it to Frederick as Frederick's on the far side of the floor. She's guarded heavily by Maggie Phipps. She tries driving in. Ball's going to be stripped away, but a foul's going to be called as well. It's going to land on the Bulldogs. That one's also going to land on Maggie Phipps, her second and the team's fourth of today's competition. Couple subs checking in. Number 14, Anna Miller, in for the Bulldogs. And in for the Beacons is going to be number 32, Maya Dunson, number 21, Kara Van Kampen, and Shea Frederick will go to the line for two as she makes that first one down and in. The 71.9 free throw shooter for this Beacons team brings her to 24-33 overall, and now 25 of 34 overall in her career. 26-17, 5:50 remaining here in this second quarter. Goes right side for Becker of the Bulldogs. Becker kicks it back out to Meyer, top of the key. Goes down low for Miller. Miller wide open, brings that one in off the glass. Good pass underneath, good find to Anna Miller. Valpo bringing the ball down the floor here once again, trying to execute on offense. Kara Van Kampen top of the key. Goes down low for Maya Dunson. Dunson loses control for a second, picks up her dribble. Tries that one off the glass with a reverse hand layup. That's no good. And it's going to be a foul coming on the Bulldogs as Brown comes crashing down. It's going to land on Megan Meyer, number 11 for the Bulldogs. That'll be her first of the competition and team's fifth. And with 5 fouls in women's competition play, Olivia Brown is going to go to the line for two. Brown so far is 6 of 8 from the charity stripe as she misses that first one. Brown so far in this game, this is her first attempts here from the charity stripe. Tries putting up the second, and that one is good. 1 of 2 so far here in today's competition. Drake will try to return as Maddie Peterson quick passes to Megan Meyer. Meyer trying to drive down low, puts up a shot, and that one falls in. Good adjustment by Meyer, just rolling around the defender of Olivia Brown, able to get that one in. Frederick finding Dunson on the left side. Now Frederick opposite side of the floor. Frederick kicks out top of the key to Brown. Brown gets it to Dunson. Dunson driving in towards that left side, kicks it back out to Brown. Brown now trying to drive in. Left corner three for Dunson is no good. Rebound by Leah Ernest. Kicks it out to Kara Van Kampen on the last minute attempt. Now to Brown. Brown falling over, somehow gets that bounce pass to Shea Frederick. Good athletic move by Olivia Brown. Frederick rolls to the right. Finds Leah Ernest. Pushing off with Fuller here. Kicks it out to Brown. This one's for three. That's no good. Just 1 second on the shot clock. She got that one off in time, but just did not fall through. Fuller now kicks it top of the key for Peterson. This one's wide open three. Just hits the front of the rim. No good. It's going to be a good rebound coming from Dunson under a lot of contention there. Frederick driving in. Right hand layup. No good. She tried to go coast to coast. It just didn't fall through. Peterson trying the same thing. It's going to be an offensive foul on the graduate student there. The super senior trying to be too much of superwoman on that one. It gets the foul. That'll be her first. And Valpo is already in the double bonus in terms of fouls, which will head us to a break here. 3 minutes, 57 seconds left to go here in the second quarter. Valpo 27, Drake 21. We'll see you back here at 60.
Whether it's buzzer beaters,
puts one up at the buzzer, and we go to overtime.
big celebrations, or an electric atmosphere, we've got it all in the Valley. We've got some of the best. We mean the best.
Women's basketball in the nation.
And the postseason starts here
At Hoops in the Heartland. We'll see you in the Quad Cities.
March 10th through 13th, presented by Grinnell Mutual Insurance. Visit NBCQuadCities.com for ticket information.
When it comes to flavor, do you like to mix things up? Find a new match from time to time? For some people, there are too many flavors out there to stay loyal to just one. That's why Hungry Howie's created the Mix and Match menu. Any 2 items for only $5.99 each. So whether you're looking for a delicious time with pizza and a salad, or a sub and Howie bread, or a Pepsi 4-pack and a Howie cookie, we're not judging. In fact, we're encouraging, especially for just $5.99 each.
Hungry?
Howie's!
Live on WVUR 95.1 and streaming at WVURTheSource.com. You're listening to the Valpo Sports Radio Network. No matter the job at hand, Gastonia Tractor has a John Deere equipment with the power to take it on. Whether you're mowing your lawn, hauling material, or baling hay, Gastonia Tractor has the mowers, tractors, and implements you need. Find a location near you at castrac.com. We're here in the second quarter, 3 minutes, 57 seconds left to go. Valpo 27, Drake 21. I'm Zach Collins. Let's just look into some of the stats so far of this game. Just looking at it, Valpo shooting 43% from the field, Drake at 38%. Valpo 36 from 3. Drake only shooting at 10%. They're 1 of 10 so far here in this competition. 16 of Drake's 21 points have come in the paint, and only 10 of Valpo's 27 have come in the paint as well. Valpo shooting pretty well from the free throw line. They're 5 of 8, only 63%. I'm sure they can bring that one up here through the rest of this competition. Drake with just 2 attempts, and they're 2 of 2 shooting 100% from the charity stripe. So far, we're seeing Valpo kind of change up their game plan that they had against UNI. UNI, it seemed that they like to drive to the basket quite a lot so far in this game. It's a lot of jump shots, and it's a lot of pretty good shots they've been taking so far. A couple more free three-pointers than we saw against the UNI Panthers in this game. It's a bit of a different game plan coming in for this Beacon squad in this competition. So Valpo hoping to keep their 6-point lead here in the second quarter. Frederick slowly bringing the ball down the floor, guarded by Anna Miller. Frederick goes to far side, finds Dunson in the left corner. Dunson goes back to Frederick. Frederick moves top of the key. Goes left side for Dunson again on the outside of the perimeter. She tries driving in, kicks it back out to Brown. Right side for Van Kempen. That's for 3, and it's good for Kara Van Kempen. Van Kempen added her first 3 points of the game. Going down lower, the Bulldogs of Anna Miller. She gets fouled on that shot, and she'll go to the line for 2. It's going to be a foul on number 2, Olivia Brown of the Beacons, her first, and the team's first. Valpo not fouling too much here, and really not at all in the second quarter until that foul by Brown. Grace White checking back in for the Beacons. She'll go in for Leah Ernest, as Anna Miller will go to the line for a pair, shooting 67% on the season. She does miss that first one. She was actually a multi-sport athlete in high school. She played volleyball and was one of the best in the state of Minnesota, and also was in track as well. It was a very good track athlete. As she misses both there, her athletic ability is astounding, but just unable to make those 2 free throws. Left side for Dunson as she tries driving in. She goes underneath the basket. She tries to find a way out, but she's going to travel underneath. Dunson had a good attempt. There's just no one to pass it to, which forced the turnover there as she traveled. Far side is Megan Meyer. She tries to go down low to Becker. She's stolen away by Van Kampen. Frederick quickly coming down the floor. Left side for Dunson. Wide open, long-range 3 is no good as it just touches glass. And it's going to be rebounded by the Bulldogs of Hannah Fuller. Maddie Peterson, right side for Becker. Goes to Fuller on the far right side. Now to Peterson, left side for Meyer. 4 threes, no good. It's going to be a good rebound for Anna Miller with a putback. 30-23, Valpo still with a lead here. Just 2 minutes and 30 seconds remaining in this second quarter. Frederick, top of the key, left side for Van Kampen. She's trying to look down low, can't find anyone, goes right side for White. White's going for a 3-point attempt, drains that one in for White. 9 points for Grace White here in the first half. Miller goes right side for Peterson, now top of the key, kicks back left for Miller, goes down low for Peterson, stolen away by Grace White. She's trying to find an open player and finds Shea Frederick with just 2 minutes remaining here in the first half. Frederick on the far side. Dribbles near side, gets to Van Kampen. Van Kampen goes down low for Brown. Brown was open for a quick second. Reverse hand layup is good by Olivia Brown. And a miscommunication coming from Miller to Peterson as it's a turnover. Shea Frederick able to keep that one up and in and able to get it to White. Now to Frederick on the outside of the perimeter, near side. She bounce passes down low. It's going to be stolen away by a Bulldog. It's Megan Meyer as the far side. Gets it to Miller. This one's for 3, and Miller drains that one in. Anna Miller with 10 points here in the first half. She is now 4 of 6. 1 minute, 10 seconds remaining to go in the second quarter. Frederick goes left side for Brown. Brown, a wide open 3, makes that one in with the return. Good bucket by Brown, now 3 of 4 with 8 points. Miller for the Bulldogs goes right side for Peterson. A 3 to answer back is drained on in. We've got one heck of a shooting competition for you here. 38-29, Valpo up. Just 40 seconds remaining here in the second quarter. Frederick goes to top of the key. She'll set up a play here. 15 on the shot clock, 30 remaining on the game clock. She points over, just 10 on the shot clock now. 6. Frederick tries driving in. She can't find anything. Kicks it out to Dunson. This one's for 3 with 1 on the shot clock. Is no good. Rebound by Grace White. Kicks it back out on the outside of the perimeter. Van Kampen. Van Kampen gets it to Dunson. 10 on the game clock. And Valpo is going to take a timeout. This will be a 30-second timeout, so we will stay with you here.
30 seconds, team timeout.
Man, Valpo just getting everything that they tried to underneath. Trying to set up a play, but just a good defense by the Bulldogs. It was just leading Valpo unable to find the position that they wanted on the floor. They try to kick it down low, and the thing is, when you try to kick it down low, especially in the spot, they try to go to that left block. You can definitely see that they had 3 players on the far side trying to bring it back over to the near side here. And as, of course, Valpo going left to right, they're all on the left side of the floor trying to bring that ball over. They're just unable to do so. And Frederick having to do, really trying to drive in and just a kick-out pass, which was just unable to score by the Beacons. Grace White with a good rebound there again. She's able to get around the box out. Frederick will inbound with 8.8 to go. Gets it into Brown. Brown gets it to White. And it's going to be in, but it's going to be an offensive foul. Looks like it's going to be called on Olivia Brown. She just didn't look ahead on that last play. That'll be her second and the team's second. Very, very well drawn up play by Mary Evans. Brown just falling into a player. Definitely probably upset with that call there is Mary Evans, because she knows that definitely that player took a flop underneath the basket. Don't know if the feet were fully set on that one, but Evans not winning that whistle. And officials are going to now talk to each other after talking to Mary Evans. And the officials are now going to go to the scorer's table. And you see confusion coming from Allison Pullman of the Drake Bulldogs. We're going to stay with you here again. Just on that last play, we saw Olivia Brown driving to the basket. And I think that what they're going to be looking at here is seeing if the Bulldogs' feet were set on that last one. Didn't see the exact player that fell down on the play. More so as focus on Grace White taking the shot on the last one. It was a late whistle on that one as well. They're able to find White. She was able to put that one up and in. Evans probably talking to him about how to look at that last play. Either that or they're going to look at the exact time that's going to be remaining on the clock itself. It's going to be interesting to see exactly what happens here. Unlike the NFL where you get to know exactly what happened after every call, here you don't get to know that. A lot of the time the officials just come back out and you continue to resume play. 38-29, Valpo leads here in the second quarter, 5.8 seconds remaining here. Valpo's been playing very good basketball here today. So far, they're shooting 48% from the field, 44% from three. This is the team that we're used to seeing, and a team that is going to be very successful when it comes down to conference play, as they have been fairly successful here so far in this game today. So far, leading for the Beacons in scoring is number 1, Grace White, with 9, and kicking right behind her is number 2, Olivia Brown. She's got 8 points so far here in this competition today. White is 3 of 3 so far with 4 rebounds, so look for her to possibly come up to a double-double. White averages around 6 rebounds per game, and she's been a very good player throughout this season. She's been one of their top rebounders so far. She's also their leading player in steals with 2.5 steals per game and 3.4 turnovers per game as well. Officials taking quite some time to look at this one over at the scorer's table. And at the same time, it's just going to be interesting to see what it is called. We've seen 2 long reviews here today. One just confirming exactly the out-of-bounds play as well as the game clock. This one will be interesting to see what is determined after this call. Let's look at a couple scores around the Valley as well as we have some time here. A game currently in halftime, a very low-scoring game. Loyola Chicago taking on UNI 22-21 at half. UNI is looking to get another win added on after they had lost to Valparaiso here. And Loyola Chicago had previously beaten Drake in that last competition. So Loyola Chicago continuing their winning ways, or at least looking to continue their winning ways, especially in Valley play. Another game in halftime as well. Evansville currently up on Illinois State by 5, 39-34 in that game. And a final score coming from you from Terre Haute. Indiana State Sycamores beating the Bradley Braves 73-57. Marie Hunter for Indiana State had 22 points, a double-double with 10 rebounds and 3 assists in that game. Valpo will be charged with 2 timeouts. And now we'll bring the ball down the floor here once again. 2 in the game clock. A long-range 3 from Peterson is no good. It's going to be rebounded by White, and that will end our second quarter here. Looked like Evans tried to challenge that one, and nothing happened through. Valpo was charged with their 2 timeouts that they had. Valpo will finish off the first half leading by 9, 38-29 here in Valparaiso. We're going to break down the first half here, give you some scores from around the league, as well as some of the top 25 scores, some NFL scores, as well as just break down the first half as well. So we'll return here very shortly, so stay tuned for our halftime show. We'll be back here in 3 minutes on the Valpo Sports Radio Network.
There are sports bars everywhere these days, but there's only one place for award-winning jumbo wings, bigger beers, and better food and drink values all week long. Wings Etc. Grill and Pub. We're so much more than wings. Enjoy wraps, salads, subs, seafoods, quesadillas, amazing appetizers, and awesome daily lunch food and drink specials. And now, when you can't eat here, order online for pickup at togo.wingsetc.com. It's fast, easy, and convenient. Wings Etc. Grill and Pub at 501 North Silhavy in Valparaiso and online at wingsetc.com.
Yo, this is your cup holder talking. The little round thing between your car seats. Now, I normally have a nice cold bottle of Mountain Dew in me, but at the moment, I'm empty. That's right, no Mountain Dew. Nothing in here but a couple of quarters and a dime. A fully capable cup holder like me just carrying your loose change? Look, I'm not made for loose change. I'm made to keep Mountain Dew within reach at all times, just inches from your hand. So find the store already. Grab some Dew, toss it back, then place that bottle where it belongs. Mountain Dew. Do the Dew.
This is such a blow to invest. Do it right now.
It takes courage to face up to things like volatile markets and Wall Street money traps. If you're unsure, worried, or losing sleep about your money, do something about it. Call Joe Murphy and the team at Murphy Wealth Management, proudly serving the Chicagoland and Northwest Indiana communities at 800-930-5905. Again, call 800-930-5905.
Terry's Discount Windows is a local family-ran Christian business serving the Valparaiso community since 2003. They specialize in windows, siding, doors, and more. Terry's Discount Windows has been voted 6 straight years the Post-Tribune Neighbor's Choice Award for Best Window and Siding Company. Terry's also has been voted twice the Times Best of the region. Terry's sells the best quality and most energy-efficient windows and siding on the market today. Call Terry's at 219-476-0400 for a free in-home estimate or visit them online at terrysdiscountwindows.com. Mention Valpo Crusaders and receive additional savings.
Preferred 4-1 over any other orthopedic practice in the region, Lakeshore Bone and Joint Institute offers the specialized bone, joint, and muscle care needed to keep you in motion. Our world-class providers serve as the official team physicians for Valparaiso University, and we have proudly delivered specialized, experienced care throughout Northwest Indiana for more than 50 years. To learn more about Lakeshore Bone and Joint Institute, visit lbji.com.
Imagine this. Golden crispy fries with just the right amount of salt, dipped in your favorite sauce. You're thinking about McDonald's, aren't you? Make your McDonald's fried dreams a reality and pair them with your fave sandwich for just $3. Choose a bacon cheeseburger, McDouble, or hot and spicy McChicken. Add any size soft drink for $1 or a medium frozen Coke beverage for $1.69. Only at McDonald's. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba. Prices and participation may vary. Cannot be combined with any other offer or combo meal. Coca-Cola is a registered trademark of the Coca-Cola Company.
Ticket Smarter is glad we are back to holding live events. If you are looking to buy tickets to the best sports, concerts, and theater events, all at the very best price, look no further than Ticketsmarter.com or on the app. Buying tickets at TicketSmarter will help support children in need. For every ticket transaction on TicketSmarter, $1 will be donated to a children's charity. TicketSmarter is proud to be the official ticketing partner of bowl season. TicketSmarter, a smarter way to buy tickets. Live on WVUR 95.1 and streaming at WVURTheSource.com, you're listening to the Valpo Sports Radio Network.
The 2022 NBC Women's Basketball Tournament hits the hardwood at Tax Slayer Center March 10th through the 13th in Moline, Illinois. Purchase your all-session tickets to Hoops in the Heartland and save $20 just by calling 219-464-5233 or order online at valpoathletics.com. Get your tickets today and experience Hoops in the Heartland. Fans, welcome here to our halftime show. And, of course, our halftime show is brought to you by the IBEW Empowering America team of Northwest Indiana. Let's break down some of the stats for both of these teams here so far. We'll start off with the Drake Bulldogs. They're shooting 41% from the field, 12 of 29, 21% from 3 of 14 overall. They're 2 of 4 from the free throw line, shooting 50%. They had 12 turnovers with 7 points off of those 12. Total rebounds, they have 15 with 10 of those defensive, 5 offensive. They have had 2 second chance points, 5 bench points. 18 of Drake's 29 points have come in the paint. They've had 5 fast break points, 4 steals, and 8 assists. They have not led in today's competition against the Beacons. They have been tied at one point in the first half, however. Looking at the stats offensively as well, just looking at the individual player stats, leading in scoring for the Bulldogs is number 14, Anna Miller. So far, she has 10 points, 4 rebounds, and 1 assist. Right behind her is number 2, Maddie Peterson, with 6 points, 2 rebounds, 4 assists, and 1 steal. Right behind her is number 11, Megan Meyer, with 4 points and 1 rebound, 2 turnovers, 2 assists, and 1 steal. Meyer's having a pretty good game here so far for the Bulldogs. Right behind her is number 22, Hannah Fuller. She's got 4 points, 5 rebounds, and 2 steals. 2 of those steals, one resulting in a 2-point bucket, the other one not resulting in a 2-point bucket on her possession, but the next possession did result in a 2-pointer for the Bulldogs. Number 12, Ashley Imes. She's got 3 points, 1 rebound, and 1 turnover. And right behind Imes is number 32, Courtney Becker, with 2 points. Number 23, Maggie Phipps, and number 15, Allie Woldridge, getting some playing time, but did not score in the first half. Looking at the Beacons overall, they're shooting 48% from the field, 13 of 27. Shooting 44% from outside of the perimeter. They're 7 of 16 thus far. 63% from the free throw line of 5 and 8. They've got 11 turnovers. Here's the difference. They've got 16 points off of their turnovers. Drake only with 7 off their 12. Total rebounds, Valpo's got 17, 12 of those coming defensively, 5 each for both teams, of course, on offensive rebounds. They've had 3 second chance points, 12 bench points coming for the Beacons, and only 12 points of Valpo's 38 have come on the inside of the paint. It's pretty much an opposite game from you and I. They're pretty successful so far here from the 3, so why not continue to take 3-point shots when you've been successful? Of course, we're going to see a Valpo team come out of this one as well, and they're probably going to continue to shoot the 3 as they've been known for doing. Valpo has 2 blocks, 7 steals, and 12 assists. The game was tied at 1 point for only 1 minute and 4 seconds, and Valpo has led for 18 minutes and 56 seconds of the first half of this competition. Looking at the players individually for this Beacon squad, leading in scoring is number 1, Grace White, 9 points, 4 rebounds, 2 steals, and 1 assist. Following right behind her is number 2, Olivia Brown, with 8 points, 1 rebound, 2 turnovers, and 2 steals. Look for Olivia Brown to add on a few more points than 8 in this competition, as in the last game she was over 20, and in the game against Missouri State she had 21. Falling behind her is number 40, Caitlin Morrison, with a good shooting game here so far today. 6 points, 2 rebounds, and 1 turnover. Shay Frederick following with 5 points, 2 rebounds, and 4 assists with 1 steal added onto that. Leah Ernest, 22 for the Beacons. She's got 4 points and 3 rebounds in this competition. And right behind her, of course, is number 32, Maya Dunson. She's got 1 point here in this competition. Elise Pitts with 2 points, and Kara Van Kempen with 3 and 2 rebounds in this game. We're going to take another quick break here, and we'll go into some of the scores from around the Valley, as well as a couple scores around women's college basketball, the top 25, and give you some NFL scores as well, because it's the last week of NFL regular season action. So, of course, we're going to give you those scores as well. So we'll see you back here in just 2 minutes on the Valpo Sports Radio Network.
One meal everyone in your family can get on board with? It's Culver's. You may know us for our famous butter burgers, cooked to order for that great signature steak taste, but we're also known for our whole white meat chicken tenders and juicy chicken sandwiches, and our melty Wisconsin cheese curds, and our hand-battered North Atlantic cod.
At Culver's, we believe more menu options mean more ways to brighten your day. Welcome to Delicious.
Hey, you! Don't do it! Don't take that job when you can have a career.
I'd love a career, but where?
At First Source Bank, we offer a variety of fulfilling career opportunities, schedule flexibility, good pay and benefits, educational opportunities for personal growth, and a chance to work with amazing people just like yourself. Join us.
Learn more at firstsource.com/careers. That's the number one stsource.com. An equal opportunity employer. Male, female, disabled, veteran.
Do you hear that? That's the sound of Hungry Howie's hot, real mozzarella cheese melting over a bed of dough made fresh today. And Flavored Crust loaded with any combination of our mouth-watering Flavored Crust flavors. You probably didn't think Irresistible had a sound. Well, it does now. Now get a meal deal for any budget starting at the irresistible price of just $5.99.
Hungry Howie! When you need trusted electrical professionals, who do you turn to? Powering America's team of NECA and IBEW contractors can help. All of our electricians have 10,000 hours of on-the-job and classroom training to ensure the safety of your home or business electrical system. Licensed, bonded, and insured, drug-tested, and background checked. Visit poweringnorthwestindiana.org for a complete list of contractors, experts in residential, commercial, industrial, voice, data, video, and renewable energy projects. Visit poweringnorthwestindiana.org. Safely powering Northwest Indiana.
Live on WVUR 95.1 and streaming at WVURthesource.com. You're listening to the Valpo Sports Radio Network. And welcome back here to our IBEW halftime show. I'm Zach Collins. If you're just joining us here, we're currently in halftime, of course, as Valparaiso is up 38-29 over the Drake Bulldogs in women's basketball action here. Let's take a look at some of the scores around the Valley. A couple of games have already resumed from their halftime play. This is actually one of the latest games that will now be in the Valley after a couple of long timeouts due to some review calls as well for the officials, and just looking over a couple things there. Let's look at some of the scores here around the Valley. Loyola Chicago and UNI. The Ramblers up 29-23 in Chicago. 6 minutes, 49 seconds remaining in the third quarter of that contest. Illinois State taking on Evansville in Evansville. Illinois State down by 3, 39-36, 9 minutes, 27 seconds remaining in the third quarter of that game. The final score, Indiana State beating Bradley 73-57. Marie Hunter for Indiana State had 22 points, 10 rebounds, a double-double with 3 assists. Carolyn Waite for Bradley had 15 points, 3 rebounds, and 3 assists in that game as well. We're going to take a look at some of the scores in terms of the top 25 for women's basketball. Number 1, South Carolina beating number 21, Kentucky by 20. 74-54, the final score there. Aliyah Boston for South Carolina, 18 points, 15 rebounds, and 2 assists in that game. A very high double-double for Boston in that one. Number 7, Tennessee taking on Ole Miss. They're currently in the fourth quarter, 3 minutes, 23 seconds left to go, 66-55 for Ole Miss. Ole Miss coming into this game 13-1, Tennessee 14-1, so two very good teams matching up there. Former Valley member Creighton taking on number 11, UConn 63-55. UConn winning in that game. Caroline Durham had 17 points, 5 rebounds, and 2 assists for UConn in that game. Number 8, Michigan beating Rutgers 76-47. A couple of games also currently taking place. 5 minutes, 11 seconds left to go in the third quarter. Number 5, NC State taking on Miami 47-41. NC State leading over Miami in that game. Number 17, Drake taking on Syracuse 40-31. Drake up 9:14 remaining in the third quarter. Number 22, Iowa taking on Nebraska 60-56. Iowa with a lead of 6 minutes and 14 seconds left to go in the third quarter. Very close game. And a couple games also starting are UT Rio Grande against number 9 Texas, number 10 Maryland taking on Minnesota, Alabama taking on number 15 Georgia, and number 25 Texas A&M taking on Florida. All those games just in their early minutes of starting. Taking a look at some of the scores in the NFL, Browns are up top, the Bengals 14-10. Packers currently down to the Detroit Lions 24-16 in the third quarter, 4:43 remaining in that game. Bears taking on the Vikings. Bears are up by 7, 17-10. Bears just got a field goal after that drive at the end of the third quarter. Football team up top, the Giants 12-0. Colts take on the Jags. Jags up 16-3. Steelers do have a chance to get the playoffs, but they do have to beat the Ravens first. Currently are not doing so, 10-6. And Titans up on the Texans, 21-7. Fans, as the second half is underway, that means it's time to nominate and vote for your State Farm Great Performer of the Game. Please submit your nominations on social media by tweeting them to @Valpo Basketball. With surprisingly great rates, State Farm is the real deal. We're back in action here. Valpo's going from right to left. Drake from left to right. Frederick top of the key. Kicks left side from Morrison. Now left corner for Ernest. She tried driving in, but she does travel. She does slide that pivot foot as she went down. She's a bit confused, but she did slip. Looked like the floor was a little slick right there. She just drove that foot and slid with it. 38-29 here to start this third quarter. Maddie Peterson goes left side for Wooldridge. Now to Fuller. Back top of the key for Miller. Miller goes for Fuller once again on the left side outside of the three-point line. Maddie Peterson right side for Meyer now. Meyer tries driving in, can't find any open gap, kicks it back out to Peterson. This one's for three, this one's just short. Doesn't go through, and it's going to be rebounded by Leah Ernest. Pushing up is Olivia Brown. She tried getting it over to Kara Van Kampen. Sometimes she's got to be a little bit more aggressive with that ball. She should have just taken it up and in. She tried to get it to Van Kampen, thought that there was an open spot, tried passing up. Probably would have done a bounce pass, would have done her a little bit better in that scenario. Inbound pass to Leah Ernest. She's tapped the key, goes right side to Frederick. Frederick goes cross court to Ernest. This one's for three for Leah Ernest, is no good. And Olivia Brown getting in that one. And a foul's going to be called on Brown. She tried to get possession of the ball. Fuller's able to pull away, and Brown reaching in. That's going to be Brown's third foul of today's game. Grace White will check in for the junior of Brown. Anna Miller inbound pass to Maddie Peterson as Peterson will cross the timeline. She'll bring that ball towards the right side. Tries to go in the right corner to Miller. Miller goes back to Fuller. Top of the key for Meyer. Meyer goes left side for Wooldridge. Back to Meyer. Top of the key here. Meyer goes to Fuller. Moving the ball around the perimeter is Drake. Peterson. Now Wooldridge. Back to Peterson. Peterson's going to take up a long-range three as time expires on that. Doesn't touch rim. It'll be a shot clock violation on the Bulldogs. They have good ball movement, but no one's even making an attempt to drive in here so far for the Bulldogs because of the Beacons' heavy-powered defense underneath the basket that we've seen here so far. No score yet here in the second quarters. Morrison takes a three and answers that no score. 41-29 now here in the third quarter. Megan Meyer goes top of the key for Wooldridge. Right side for Fuller. Fuller goes right back to Meyer. Meyer hands it off to Miller. Miller goes cross court for Hannah Fuller. Fuller bounce pass for Peterson. That one's on and off the glass. 41-31, Valpo up by 10. Inside pass from Grace White to Shea Frederick. It's last going to be off the foot of White after that just missed pass there. She just couldn't control it after that one, and Drake is going to take over. Maddie Peterson, a pretty good player that we've seen here so far in this game today from Silver Lake, Minnesota, brings the ball down the floor. Trying to go left side to Hannah Fuller. It was knocked away by Grace White. Maddie Peterson, once again, will be taking the ball out of bounds for the Bulldogs on the far side in front of her own bench. Inbound pass to Megan Meyer. Meyer tries driving towards that left side. Finds an opening. Wide open, just airballs that one. And Grace White able to obtain the possession. Hand off to Ernest. Ernest driving. Left hand layup off the glass is good for the sophomore of Leah Ernest. Megan Meyer tried an inside pass to Anna Miller. She could not get around Caitlin Morrison. Morrison was just standing there. Miller trying to get around her, couldn't find an opening. And a couple subs coming in here for the Bulldogs will be number 23, Maggie Phipps, and number 32, Courtney Becker. Frederick bring the ball down the floor for the Beacons once again. Now moves far side, goes left side for Ernest. Ernest tries driving in, put up a shot, that's no good, blocked away. 43-31 as a shot here comes from Maggie Phipps' air ball, the three-point attempt there coming for the freshman. Valpo's able to maintain a possession here. Frederick tries to bring the ball down the floor. She tried cutting inside. She was at the free throw line. Now goes back up top of the key. Right side for Van Kempen. Van Kempen trying to find an opening. Gets to Frederick on the left. Frederick drives right. Kicks back out. Just 7 on the shot clock. Trying to set up a play. 5 on the shot clock. Now, and a long-range 3 coming for Frederick is no good. Probably could have found someone better in terms of that scenario. She had about 1.5 yards outside of the three-point line on that attempt. Drake trying to move the ball around. Woldridge down low. And a foul's called on the inside of the interior. It looks like it's going to land on Leah Ernest. And it will be her first, the team's second of this game. And it looks like it's going to be a shooting foul. That's a very interesting thing there. It looked like it was a foul on the floor. Valley Woldridge will go to the line for a pair, shooting 72% this season as she makes that one. Woldridge so far in this competition has not taken a free throw until this attempt. Woldridge goes up for the second and makes the pair. Now puts it at a 10-point game. Valpo 43, Drake 33. Just under 6 remaining here in the third quarter. White goes right side to Van Kempen. Van Kempen kicks it left side for Ernest. Ernest finds Morrison. Morrison for 3. That one's drained by Caitlin Morrison. Caitlin Morrison having one heck of a game here. 12 points in this game, 4 of 5, and all of those in threes. 3-point attempt coming from Maddie Peterson to answer back for the Bulldogs is no good as it's rolled around a couple hands on the inside. And a couple of players fighting underneath for that basketball. White as well as Allie Woldridge finding for the ball on the inside. It's going to be Drake ball. Maddie Peterson's going to be inbounding the ball here for the Bulldogs. She passes in, finds Meyer, top of the key. She drives left side, finds an opening, and travels. Taking her bags a little bit too far with that one, as that traveling violation is called. 46-33, 5:15 remaining here in this third quarter. Frederick signals up to Van Kempen. Van Kempen comes up, now top of the key. Van Kempen looking inside the interior, can't find anyone, kicks it out to Ernest. Ernest trying to drive in, behind the back move. Now kicks it out to White. This one's for 3. That's no good. It's a fight on the outside. Last touch by Morrison, and that's going to be out of bounds. Drake is going to get the basketball here as Morrison was fighting on the outside with Woldridge for that ball. Unable to gain the possession, and Morrison's going to go out of bounds, and Drake will take over in the possession after this media timeout. We'll be right back here on the Valpo Sports Radio Network. Valpo 46, Drake 33. See you back here in 60 seconds.
Terry's Discount Windows is a local family-ran Christian business serving the Valparaiso community since 2003. They specialize in windows, siding, doors, and more. Terry's Discount Windows has been voted 6 straight years the Post-Tribune Neighbor's Choice Award for Best Window and Siding Company. Terry's also has been voted twice the Times Best of the Region. Terry's sells the best quality and most energy-efficient windows and siding on the market today. Call Terry's at 219-476-0400 for a free in-home estimate or visit them online at terrysdiscountwindows.com. Mention Valpo Crusaders and receive additional savings.
This is such a blow to invest. Do it right now.
It takes courage to face up to things like volatile markets and Wall Street money traps. If you're unsure, worried, or losing sleep about your money, do something about it. Call Joe Murphy and the team at Murphy Wealth Management, proudly serving the Chicagoland and Northwest Indiana communities at 800-930-5905. Again, call 800-930-5905.
Live on WVUR 95.1 and streaming at WVURTheSource.com. You're listening to the Valpo Sports Radio Network. The MVC Women's Basketball Tournament returns to TaxSlayer Center in Moline, Illinois, March 10th through the 13th. Reserve your seat to Hoops in the Heartland by visiting MVCQuadCities.com. Get your tickets today and experience Hoops in the Heartland. Valpo currently on a 13-point lead here against the Drake Bulldogs, 46-33. I'm Zach Collins, 4 minutes and 57 seconds left to go here in this third quarter. It's been a pretty long third quarter here so far. Pretty much as these teams just battling back and forth. They're playing pretty aggressive basketball here. Valpo with just 3 fouls already here in this third quarter. Drake with 0 so far to count. And at the same time, we're just seeing Valpo shoot fairly well. Drake is not getting too many buckets down. They haven't scored in the last 2 minutes and 53 seconds, and that's just because of Valpo's stellar defense. 2 shot clock violations already coming for the Bulldogs, and Valpo's Caitlin Morrison just draining a 3 there really helped Valpo get back within this one as well. And at the same time, we're just seeing Valpo be very successful underneath on the inside. They're just doing a very good job at protecting the inside of the paint so far. We'll see if Drake is able to drive in on this one here. Inbound pass coming for the Bulldogs as they will bring the ball down the floor. Maddie Peterson rolls to the right. Finds a player on the inside of Becker, and that one's up and in off the glass. Good job by Courtney Becker to drive that one in and down. And Valpo will take over here. Becker with just 4 points in today's competition. Frederick finds White. White top of the key. White goes right side, gets it to Van Kampen. Van Kampen goes left corner for White. White pump fakes, drives in, bounce pass to Ernest. Ernest wasn't ready for that one, but she puts it up and in anyway. Leah Ernest with a good basket, and the Valpo bench just excited for that one. Smiles on their face after that one. Fuller gets it to Phipps. Phipps finds someone on the inside of the tier, and that's Courtney Becker. She misses that one with a reverse hand layup, and Frederick's going to bring the ball down the floor here for the Beacons. Morrison open, 4-3 is good for Caitlin Morrison. Out with 15 points in this game. All 15 points coming on threes, 5 of 6 now for the super senior. Peterson, left side for Woldridge. Woldridge finding Peterson on the inside. Peterson reverses around, gets a right-hand layup, nice and easy and in. 51-37, 3:30 remaining here in the third quarter. Lots of threes as Frederick brings the ball down the floor. Gets it to Van Kampen. Van Kampen can't find anyone down low, so she kicks it right side to White. White tries driving, hands it off to Frederick with a screen. Frederick can't be open, though, and it's going to be a reach-in foul coming on the Bulldogs. It's going to land at number 22, Hannah Fuller. 2 substitutions coming in here for the Drake Bulldogs. Number 11, Megan Meyer, and number 12, Ashley Imes. 20 on the shot clock, 3:09 remaining here on the game clock in the third quarter. Frederick gets the inbound to Ernest. It's turned right over away as Courtney Becker's driving down the lane. She stops, takes a stop and a jump shot, and that's something you don't see very often. That's a very good move by Courtney Becker. Frederick will bring the ball down the floor here. Continues dribbling, top of the key, trying to set up a play. 60 on the shot clock. Now to Van Kampen. Van Kampen finds Ernest. 10 on the shot clock. Here's a long-range 3 from Ernest, and that one falls through and in. Good bucket by the sophomore there. Once again, we're seeing Leah Ernest come into her own with 11 points so far here in this contest. Drake trying to answer back on that one. They're going to miss after Meyer tried to go up for the shot. Frederick bring the ball down the floor now here for the Beacons. Kicks it to Ernest. Ernest driving away and gets another bucket to put on 13 in this game. And Drake has to take a timeout after we're seeing Leah Ernest come into her own here. 56-39. Valparaiso leading in this game. 2 minutes and 11 seconds to go. And we're going to take a media timeout. We'll be right back here in 60 seconds. You're listening to the home of Valparaiso women's basketball here on the Valpo Sports Radio Network.
Welcome to Holiday Inn Express and Suites, Valparaiso, Indiana, a proud corporate sponsor of Valparaiso University Athletics. Holiday Inn Express and Suites Valparaiso is an 85-room hotel that blends excellent customer service with modern hospitality. Enjoy a complimentary full hot breakfast buffet with our signature cinnamon rolls. All rooms include flat-screen televisions, wireless internet, and a coffee station. Check out the indoor heated pool, whirlpool, or exercise room. Need unique space? We have it, just minutes away from many restaurants offering local flair, boutique shopping, and the Central Park Plaza. Come feel right at home. Make your next Valparaiso stay with Holiday Inn Express. Call to make your reservation at 219-464-9395.
Imagine this. Golden crispy fries with just the right amount of salt, dipped in your favorite sauce. You're thinking about McDonald's, aren't you? Make your McDonald's fried dreams a reality and pair them with your fave sandwich for just $3. Choose a bacon cheeseburger, McDouble, or hot and spicy McChicken. Add any size soft drink for $1 or a medium frozen Coke beverage for $1.69. Only at McDonald's. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba. Prices and participation may vary. Cannot be combined with any other offer or combo meal. Coca-Cola is a registered trademark of the Coca-Cola Company.
Live on WVUR 95.1 and streaming at WVURTheSource.com. You're listening to the Valpo Sports Radio Network. Today's broadcast of Valparaiso Women's Basketball is brought to you by Calumet Brewing and Bud Light. It's for the fans. Valparaiso 56, Drake 39 here with 2 minutes 11 seconds left to go here in the third quarter. It's been a back and forth battle thus far. Both of these teams just able to capitalize on almost every opportunity that they've been given. Valpo, 4 of their last 4, and 2 of those 4 have been led by Leah Ernest down low underneath the basket. One of those, she was wide open, wasn't expecting to pass, and went up with it and got that bucket. And then the other one was by Ernest once again. She drove around 2 players, still went up against another player, jumped in, got the bucket now and down. And that's one way to do it for the sophomore. Really seeing her kind of come into her own here in this competition. She's got 13 points. Caitlin Morrison just right in front of her with 2 points more, 15. She's 5 of 6 from 3, 5 of 6 overall with 3 rebounds in this game. So Morrison shooting the lights out of the 3 coming into this game. She's only a 25% three-point shooter, and in this game she's just been phenomenal overall so far, so definitely look out for her. And she's only averaging around 4 points per game, so having 15 in a game for the super senior is something that you want to see if you're head coach Mary Evans. Drake bring the ball down the floor here once again. Goes left side for Meyer. Now goes far in the left corner for Becker. Becker looked like she traveled for a second there, but able to maintain possession. Kicks it to Meyer. Meyer back to Becker. Goes down low for Iams. Iams able to get that one off the glass and in. Good bucket for Ashley Iams. She's got 5 here today. Lise Pitts checking into the game now on the floor for the Beacons. White goes right side for Brown. Brown's going to put up a long-range 3. That one doesn't fall in. And Elise Pitts knocking that one away as it was a pass from Meyer to Peterson. Iams to Peterson down low. Pitts able to knock that one away. That's one thing you like about Elise Pitts. She's a very aggressive player when on defense. Drake is going to have a substitution, number 22, Hannah Fuller here. 56-41, 129 remaining here in the third quarter. Officials were talking over something. Don't know exactly what that would be. And Drake will bring the ball down the floor here. Fuller, right side. Finds Meyer. She drives in, kicks it on the outside to Miller. She puts up a 3. That's no good. Miller trying to get that rebound, but eventually obtained by Van Kampen. Brown now with the ball here for the Beacons. Goes right side for Pitts. Pitts holding the ball, goes right back to Brown. Brown suddenly inside to Pitts. Brown goes right side for White. White with a pump fake. Goes left side for Morrison. This one's blocked as she tried that three-point attempt. Good block coming for Anna Miller. Hannah Fuller now with the ball for the Bulldogs. Goes top of the key for Woldridge. Woldridge now driving on that left side. Puts it off the glass, and that's no good, but a foul called on the inside off the shot. That's going to be number 1, Grace White, her 3rd, and the team's 4th. And Maya Dunson will be checking in for the Beacons with 43.2 seconds remaining here in the 3rd quarter. 56-41, Valpo with the 15-point lead as Allie Woldridge, the 72% free throw shooter, will go to the line for a pair. She will make the first. Her father actually played basketball at Northern Illinois. Her mother played at basketball at Mount Mercy, and her sister actually played at Northern Illinois, following in her father's footsteps, but played soccer from 2013 to 2016. So a very talented athlete at this capability here is Allie Woldridge as she splits the pair. She makes both on the free throw attempts. Valpo now with the attempt here to score back. Dunson passes up top of the key to White, somehow controlled by White as she puts up a long-range 3. That just airballs. And Drake now with the possession here, 15 just left on the game clock. Now 10 seconds on the game clock. Megan Meyer top of the key. 7, 6, 5. Now down to Miller. She puts one up. That one's in. Valpo's not going to hurry up here as it's just inbounded, and Pitts is going to hold it off to end the 3rd quarter for the Beacons. Valpo still with an 11-point lead here in this competition. Valparaiso 56, Drake 45. We're going to head to the 4th quarter, so of course we're going to take a media timeout here with you. We'll be back here just in 60 seconds, so stay tuned. You're listening to Home of Valparaiso Women's Basketball here on the Valpo Sports Radio Network.
When it comes to keeping your family healthy, annual wellness visits with a healthcare provider are key. Routine exams and screenings can identify potential health issues early when they are most treatable. And Northwest Medical Group has implemented strict safety standards so that you can come to us confidently, knowing we are providing a safe place with quality care. We are committed to helping you stay well, and we offer both telehealth and in-person visits. Schedule an appointment today at mycarenorthwesthealth.com.
Yo, this is your cup holder talking. The little round thing between your car seats. Now, I normally have a nice cold bottle of Mountain Dew in me, but at the moment, I'm empty. That's right, no Mountain Dew. Nothing in here but a couple of quarters and a dime. A fully capable cup holder like me just carrying your loose change? Look, I'm not made for loose change. I'm made to keep Mountain Dew within reach at all times, just inches from your hand. So find the store already. Grab some Dew, toss it back, then place that bottle where it belongs. Mountain Dew. Do the Dew.
Live on WVUR 95.1 and streaming at WVURthesource.com. You're listening to the Valpo Sports Radio Network.
Terry's Discount Windows and More is a local family-owned and operated business which has served Northwest Indiana since 2003. Terry's has been voted Best Window, Siding, and Door Company by the Northwest Indiana Times for 7 straight years. Call 219-476-0400 for Terry's Discount Windows. You'll be glad you called. Valparaiso and Drake currently in action here. We're just waiting for the beginning of the 4th quarter. Valparaiso 56, Drake 45 here in this game. Leading and scoring for the Beacons is Keepa Morrison. She's got 15 points. All those 15 points coming off of 5 3-pointers of the 7 attempts she's had here in today's competition. Followed by number 22, Leah Ernest. She's got 13 points. She's shooting 60% from the field thus far. Right behind her is number 1, Grace White with 9. Number 2, Olivia Brown with 8. And Shea Frederick, number 5, with 5 points. Van Kampen 3, Pitts with 2. And Dunson with 1. Looking at the Bulldogs, leading and scoring for them here tonight, in today's competition so far has been the player of Anna Miller. She averaging 8.9 points per game. She's got 12 here in today's competition. Number 2, Maddie Peterson right behind her. She's got 10 so far in this game. And following right behind her is number 32, Courtney Becker. She's got 6. Both teams now taking the floor here is Woldridge, Fuller, Meyer each with 4. Iams with 5 here in this game. And Phipps seeing some playing time but has not scored yet in today's game. Drake starting off the 4th quarter with the possession as Hannah Fuller Kicks that top of the key for Ashley Imes. Hands it off to Meyer. Meyer gets left side for Peterson. Now top of the key for Imes. Goes down low. Good pass. An even better block coming for Grace White after Anna Miller tried a shot there. White able to get the hand in. 56-45 here in this game. Drake looking for another inbound pass. They're going to find one of Hannah Fuller. Goes left side for Peterson. This one's for three. That one is no good. And it's going to be rebounded by Shea Frederick. Frederick gets it to White. Kicks right side in the corner for Pitts. Goes back top of the key for Frederick. Frederick now waiting for an opening. Goes left side for Brown. Brown gets to Frederick. Now to White. White tries driving in. An offensive foul is going to be called on Grace White. Just with the shoulder on the inside. Good fall from the Bulldogs. Able to take that hit on that one. An official signaling something. They're going to bring the ball back down. Probably didn't have everyone in the placement that they should have been in that exact moment. Nonetheless, we're going to return back to play here as the Bulldogs will bring down the floor of number 2, Maddie Peterson. Peterson will get to Fuller, now to Meyer. Meyer on the far right side goes cross court on the left side of Peterson. Now back to Meyer. Meyer looks inside to Miller, goes down low for Imes. Stolen away by Elise Pitts. Now Frederick will bring the ball down the floor for the Beacons. Under 9 remaining here in this game. 56-45, Valpo up by 11. Frederick goes to Pitts. Now to Dunston on the right side. Dunston gets it to Brown. Brown driving left hand is going to be blocked. Looked like it was touched last by Miller on that block there. Peterson driving, puts it off the right hand, off the glass, no good. It's going to be rebounded by Ashley Imes. She puts that one back up and in. Now it's only a 9-point game. Valpo's looking to score here. Elise Pitts goes right side for Frederick. Back to Pitts, almost stolen away by Meyer. Now to White, back to Pitts, top of the key. 15 on the shot clock. Frederick to Pitts. Now to Brown. Brown goes to White. Wide open in the left corner for 3. Just touches the front of the rim. Just off the mark. Peterson with the rebound. Fuller tries to find a player down low of Anna Miller. But if Anna Miller could have been possibly 6 feet taller, she would have been able to get that one. Leah Ernest and Caitlin Morrison checking back in here for the Beacons. They'll both go in for Maya Dunston and Grace White. Elise Pitts bring the ball down the floor now here for the Beacons. Gets it to Frederick. Now to Brown. Brown trying to drive. Kicks it back out to Pitts. Goes right side for Morrison. Now to Ernest. Ernest drives in a little bit. Comes back out. Goes left side for Frederick. Frederick now top of the key. Frederick trying to find an opening 4 on the shot clock here. Frederick's going to have to take a long-range 3. She just jumps into it. And a foul is actually going to be called as she jumps right into Hannah Fuller. If I were Fuller, you just let her take the 3 at that point. Not a good foul coming for Fuller, as that's going to be her 3rd and the team's 1st here. And Shea Frederick will go to the line for 3. Frederick coming into this game was shooting 72% from the charity stripe. The Greenville, Wisconsin native was 36th nationally in steals last season. But now they're going to be talking some things over here. If the officials are looking for anything, the only thing that I think that they could be looking for is exactly where that ball was at the time she shot it. It should be 3 attempts as she was outside the perimeter, but at the same time, they could be looking for exactly where that foot landed as well. So we'll just take a quick break here. We'll be back in 30 seconds. You're listening to the home of Valpo basketball here on the Valpo Sports Radio Network.
There's no need to fear. The First Source Bank mobile app is here. As fast as a mobile deposit. Built to pay bills instantaneously. Powered to balance budgets. And with a simple tap, a call is placed for that personal touch. All this power is disguised as a mild-mannered app on your phone, ready to fight for your financial freedom.
Live on WVUR 95.1 and streaming at WVURTheSource.com. You're listening to the Valpo Sports Radio Network.
And we are back here in the ARC. Officials still in a review here, looking exactly what is going to happen here is the main question. I believe it is going to be if it's going to be 3 shots or 2 shots. Officials still looking things over here. After the call of Shea Frazier, she tried jumping in with a 3-pointer, just jumped right into Hannah Fuller. There was only 1 second left on the shot clock. They could also be looking for if time expired by the time they brought one up. But at the same time, they're also going to be taking a media timeout here, so we're going to take another timeout with you here as well. We'll see you back here in 60 seconds. You're listening to the home of Valparaiso women's basketball here on the Valpo Sports Radio Network.
Why is Culver such a treat for so many families? Here's a hint. This treat is thick and creamy, and everyone can get it any way they like. Our fresh, frozen custard. We craft it in small batches throughout the day to make our guests stay. Shakes, cones, sundaes, concrete mixers, flavor of the day. Oh, and the toppings.
Who says you can't please everyone? There's more than one way to dessert at Culver's. Welcome to Delicious.
When it comes to keeping your family healthy, annual wellness visits with a healthcare provider are key. Routine exams and screenings can identify potential health issues early when they are most treatable. And Northwest Medical Group has implemented strict safety standards so that you can come to us confidently, knowing we are providing a safe place with quality care. We are committed to helping you stay well, and we offer both telehealth and in-person visits. Schedule an appointment today at mycarenorthwesthealth.com.
Live on WVUR 95.1 and streaming at WVURTheSource.com. You're listening to the Valpo Sports Radio Network.
MVC student-athletes are positively impacting the communities where they live by sharing views and fostering a climate for change for future Valley pioneers. To learn more about mobilizing voices for change, visit mvc-sports.com/OneValley. We currently got some Valley action for you here today, folks. Valparaiso 56, Drake 47 so far here in today's competition. Just looking at it overall, when Valpo was leading at halftime, they've been 2-1 so far this season, 27-11 overall against Mary Evans, and they were leading at the half here. And so far, they're shooting better than the Bulldogs, and at the same time, when they're shooting better than their opponents, they are just 3 of 4 this season, 31 of 8 overall. So definitely coming into this season, they're a very good team. Most of the time when they have a better field goal percentage than their opponents, and Frederick will go to the line here. And she will have 3. Officials, I guess, reviewed it, figured out it was 3, figured out about the shot clock is my 2 guesses on this one. If she makes those 2, now goes for the 3rd here. And she'll make all 3. Good for Frederick, even better for Valpo. That puts them now at a double-digit lead of 12 points. Ashley Imes kicks it down low. It's last touch by Megan Meyer. Meyer tried to say that she didn't touch it, but it went right through her hand. She tried to get it, then just put up her hand saying, I didn't touch it, hoping that a Valpo player would touch it after that one. No one does, and now Leah Ernest will take over here for the Beacons. Passes to Pitts, now to Brown. Brown dribbles over, gives it to Pitts once again. Bounce pass to Ernest. Ernest goes cross court for Frederick. 10 on the shot clock. Bounce pass now for Brown. Here's a 3-pointer from Olivia Brown. It's good! Good bucket for the junior of Olivia Brown on that one. 62-47, Valpo lead. Megan Meyer tried kicking it inside the interior, so he's stolen away by Brown. Brown bringing the ball down the floor. Kicks it to Pitts. Now to Morrison. This one's for 3 in the left corner. That one's good for Caitlin Morrison. Another 3-pointer for the Beacons. Morrison now with 18 points, all off 3-pointers. 6 of 8 for the super senior. 65-47. Valpo brought a 9-point game to almost a 20-point game. It's 18-point advantage here. Valpo on a 9-0 run off of Drake's 3 turnovers overall in the last 2 minutes. What a game we've got for you here. The Beacons currently leading now by quite a lot. They doubled their lead. 6:28 remaining here in this fourth quarter. And man, what a fourth quarter it's been. So make sure to stay tuned here for the last 6 minutes, 28 seconds, since we got one heck of a game for you here in Valparaiso. Each team with 1 foul each. We're going to see what Drake does here on this offensive possession. It's been quite some time since we've seen the Bulldogs drive in and score. Maddie Peterson, top of the key, rolls out to the right, kicks it to Meyer. This one's for 3, rims out no good. And Leah Ernest is going to take the ball here for the Beacons. Hands it off to Frederick. Frederick crosses the timeline. She's going to try to find any opening that she can. She's unable to, so she's going to roll back out to that right side. Just shuffling back and forth as she gets that ball to Ernest. Some pressure coming out for the Bulldogs. Try to kick it down low to Morrison. It's going to be stolen away by Megan Meyer. Meyer hands it off here to Peterson down low. Kicks it back out to Hannah Fuller. This one's for 3, and it's good for the super senior of Hannah Fuller. Valpo up by 15, 5:40 remaining here in this game. Frederick crosses the timeline for the Beacons. She's going to be looking to find any opening that she can. Kicks it to Morrison. Morrison goes to Pitts. Pitts tries driving in. Kicks it back out to Morrison. Now right side for Ernest. Now to Brown. Brown pump fakes. Tries driving in. It's going to be a jump ball. Hannah Fuller, good job on her in terms of defense. Just putting those hands, collapsing them in there as Ernest was going up. Brown was going up for that one there. Good job by Fuller. Valpo will inbound the ball with 7 seconds remaining here on the shot clock. 5:19 remaining in the game clock. Ernest, 3 seconds, drives in, off the glass, is up and good for Leah Ernest. Ernest has had one heck of a game. 15 points now here for the sophomore. Drake trying to answer back, and a bucket put up by Maddie Peterson. Quick drive in, quick drive from the Bulldogs. They're going to continue that here as they're under the 5-minute mark of this game. 67-52, Valpo up by 15. Frederick at the V of the Valpo logo. Hands it off to Ernest, top of the key. Ernest trying to look for an open player. Gets it off right side to Pitts. Elise Pitts now tries driving in, puts that one up. That's no good. It's going to be rebounded by Hannah Fuller. Fuller's going to try driving down. Right side for Peterson. Now top of the key for Fuller. Left side. Now moving the ball around the perimeter is Drake as Becker takes a 3. That one rolls out of the rim. No good. It's going to be handed off to Frederick as Morrison grabs down that rebound. Frederick's going to take her time, bring the ball down the floor for the Beacons. 4 minutes now remaining here in this fourth. As Valpo tries setting up a play. Long range 3 for Frederick is no good. Rebound by the Bulldogs of Megan Meyer. Meyer rolls to the right. Kicks it back left side for Becker. Now to Fuller. Fuller tries on the inside for Becker, and a foul's going to be called on the interior. And Valpo's going to get the basketball. Looks like it's going to be an offensive foul on number 32. Courtney Becker just ran right in to Leah Ernest down low. Good job by White. White will check in. Good job by Ernest. 3:46 remaining here. Valpo with a 15-point lead. Inbound pass to Grace White. Brown's going to hurry up and take the ball down the floor. She crosses the timeline, loses control for a second. Good way to maintain that control. Olivia Brown bounces pass, goes to Shea Frederick. Frederick's going to go cross side. She's going to get a screen by Ernest. Switch off by Drake. She's going to try driving in. Now at the Valley logo, loses control. It's knocked away by Meyer. Woldridge able to get that one and hand it back off to Meyer. Meyer now to Woldridge. This one's for 3. That's no good. That one's just a little too strong. And a foul is going to be coming on the Bulldogs. It's going to be number 22, Hannah Fuller. Excuse me, that will not be on Fuller. Looked like it was supposed to be on Fuller. That'll actually be on number 32, Courtney Becker, her third. Fuller only has 3 as well. Valpo with the ball here as they're getting a full court press up. Now White crosses the timeline. Kicks it right side for Ernest. Ernest dribbles around the perimeter. Just 3 minutes remaining here. Valpo doing a very good job at preventing Drake from scoring or getting possession here. Ernest with some good ball handling skills here. Now just 7 seconds. She's got to move in. She spin moves, puts up. Off the glass, it falls through, but it's an offensive foul called on Leah Ernest. To see Mary Evans' reaction, something that just made me chuckle a little bit. Just one thing that you can always get out of some coaches is if you look at the reaction after a play, you always can chuckle a little bit just depending on how it is. Drake driving in is Maddie Peterson. She's going to miss that one off that wide open layup attempt. Frederick bounce passes to Brown as Brown will cross the half-court line. She'll just drive in, go with the left hand. That's no good. Rebound by Grace White. She tried to put that one back up. It's going to be a foul on the Bulldogs on the inside as White went up for that shot. It's going to be on Megan Meyer, number 11 for the Bulldogs. Hannah Niljes is going to be checking in for the first time here today for Drake. She's going to be checking in for Maddie Peterson. Grace White will go to the line here for the Beacons. She's been shooting 91% from the charity stripe so far coming into this competition as she makes her first. 2:25 remaining here in this fourth quarter. Valpo 68, Drake 52. And she misses the second, so she'll split the pair. Drake will bring the ball down the floor now. Here's Megan Meyer, comes to the near side. She tries driving in, finds an open lane, and goes up and scores with the right hand. Valpo quickly inbounds this one, gets it to White, now to Brown. Brown jimmies around a little bit. Good ball handling skills by the junior. Now Shea Frederick on the near side of the Northwest Health logo. 16 seconds on the shot clock. Gets it to Ernest, top of the key. Left side for Frederick. Frederick tries driving in. Kicks it out to Morrison, right corner. 6 on the shot clock. Morrison for 3 once again. Hits it again. Caitlin Morrison, 7 of 9 with 21 points. All 21 coming from threes. Drake's trying to answer back, and they do of Allie Woldridge. She makes that one down. Valpo's going to hurry back down. 1 minute, 30 seconds remaining, and Frederick's going to lose possession of that one as she tried to control it but was unable to. 71-57, 1:25 remaining here as Drake will bring the ball down the floor. Megan Meyer goes cross side to Becker. Back to Meyer, top of the key. Right side for Niljes. Niljes goes to Woldridge. Woldridge goes cross court, finds Meyer. Meyer tries driving in, puts up a shot. It's going to be a blocking foul. Looks like it's going to be on Leah Ernest, and it will be underneath the basket. Drake's going to be putting in a sub, another 23, Maggie Phipps. And Valpo is going to be putting in number 21, Kara Van Kevin. She's going to be checking in for Leah Ernest. 1:09 remaining here. Going to the line is number 11, Megan Meyer. She'll make her first. Her sister Mackenzie actually played basketball at the University of Iowa, and Megan Meyer is a former University of Iowa basketball player coming to play for Drake this season as she makes the pair. 71-59 now, 1:05 remaining here. Grace White will cross the half-court line. White kicks it to Brown, or at least attempted to. Brown didn't think it was going to her, and Valpo is going to get out of bounds after that one. Man, Brown just put her hands down, not thinking that it was her, not realizing no one was behind her. The ball going out of bounds, 2 turnovers for the Beacons there. Under 1 minute remaining, 71-59. Drake with a big three-pointer there. Hannah Niljes just airballs that one. 49.4 seconds. Brown's going to get that ball inside of Frederick. Now to Brown. Brown with a three-man press coming up. Kicks it over to Frederick. Frederick on the far side of the floor now here. 40 seconds remaining, 20 on the shot clock. Shot clock and game clock just separated here by about 20 seconds. Frederick's going to dribble off the ball here, top of the key. Goes towards the right side. Tries driving in. Can't get the layup in as it's blocked away. It's going to be rebounded by Allie Woldridge. She's going to get that ball up to Megan Meyer. 15 on the game clock. Meyer passes inside to Woldridge. It's going to be blocked away, but it's going to be out of bounds by Van Kappen as she got the rebound but stepped right out of bounds, not realizing where she was in her floor placement. 10.3 remaining here. Looks like Valpo's going to be taking a big win, 71-59. Make that 71-61 as the reverse hand layup is good by Megan Meyer. And Olivia Brown's going to dribble out the basketball here for the Beacons, and the Beacons are going to take a win. Their first two-game winning streak this season. They're going to be 2-2 here in the Valley, and 4-11 overall this season. What a turnaround we've seen from this team in the last few games here. This is what Mary Evans' squad has been known for. And that's one thing of playing hard, playing tough, and getting a win. 71-61, your final score here from Valparaiso. We're going to head to our Lakeshore Bone and Joint post-game show. As, of course, your today's post-game show is brought to you by Lakeshore Bone and Joint Institute. LBJI is proud to be the official team physicians of Valparaiso University. As we're joined here on our post-game show by head coach of the Lady Beacons, Mary Evans. And Coach, an exciting win coming for you here today in this game, and man, just what a game overall. I mean, we had Caitlin Morrison was fantastic in the game here today. You get your second win in Valley play. You're now 500, 2 in a row. Are you making a big turnaround this season? Because it looks to be a complete turnaround from the beginning of the season.
I think this team never stopped believing in themselves this year, and it was hard as we went through that stretch of non-conference. But we continue to talk about what our goals are. And we have goals for the Valley, and we have goals and what we'd like to accomplish. And, for some of our super seniors, they've never had the opportunity to beat Drake, and that's something that they wanted to do. So, I thought Caitlin came out and had just an unreal performance tonight, and that's the way she can shoot it. I mean, the kid can fly out, shoot the basketball. I watch it every day in practice. So, she was really motivated and really wanted to get this one and be able to say that she beat Drake in her career, and it was good to watch her, not just on that end, but I thought she rebounded. I thought she defended really well, and they kept Shea pretty quiet offensively, but she had a great game, distributing the ball and assisting, and just really proud of this team. We've gone through a lot. We've had 8 players, and they've stayed focused and they've stayed together, and hopefully we can continue to build on this as we get people out of protocol and we get people healthy.
And one thing, too, is you mentioned that, your seniors finally getting the first time their win against Drake, but it's not only their first win against Drake, it's the program's first victory against the Bulldogs. How much does that mean to you as a head coach?
It means a lot. I mean, they've been really close here over the last couple of years. We had a great game here in 1920. Yeah, 1920. We had a great game here on senior night that was heartbreaking for that group of seniors. And then last year we had 2, we played them almost 3 times a year, it seems like, but we had 2 games in Des Moines last year that were really tight ball games, and I thought they fought and they put themselves in a position to win, and we just couldn't quite get over the hump. And we were up most of the game in Moline last year, and they had a really big fourth quarter. So that's what we talked about at halftime. We've talked about that we've been in this position, we've been up on them before, and we needed to stay focused, and we needed to continue to do things that we do and try to extend that lead out. And I know it ended up being a 10-point game because we got a little crazy there at the end. But we'll work on that part of it and trying to get a little bit better with the lead. But really proud of the defensive effort today. And the effort on the boards. We got out rebounded by 2. That's a much better job. Our goal was to keep them under 10 offensive rebounds. They had 9. We wanted to win the turnover battle, and I like that we forced them into 20 turnovers. I wish we would have done a little bit better job taking care of the ball and not had 20, but we assisted. Obviously, 22 assists on 24 baskets is probably the best we've ever done with that. So overall, they played really great this weekend. I thought they played well last weekend, and in the Valley, you've got to win at home and you've got to steal some on the road. So I'm proud that they took care of business in our first Valley weekend at home, and now we get an opportunity to go back on the road and try to steal one next week.
And one thing, too, Coach, I mean, you just have to look at it. Leah Ernest just really battled. She played very aggressively. And you also have to look at Caitlin Morrison, of course, 21 points. All those 21 points coming off three-pointers. Just an exciting shooting night for the super seniors, we like to call them.
Yeah.
And Leah Ernest just playing very aggressive underneath the basket. Just talk about those two in today's game.
You know, I thought Leah was really good. Leah's a very talented player, and Leah's got really big goals, not just for our team here at Valpo, but for herself during her career here. And, she had some games last year where she showed the glimpses that you've seen this year, but she has been so much more consistent this year. She is very efficient offensively. She is getting better every game defensively and understanding conceptually what we're trying to do. And, last year, Drake runs a very unique offense, and it's very hard to guard. And if you've never played against it before, it can make your head spin. And I think she did a much better job this year in this first game against Drake of being in spots and making plays, and she rebounded the ball tremendously tonight on the offensive and defensive end. So super excited to have that kid this year and for 3 more years after this. And same with Kate. I mean, Kate's been an amazing leader on this team and battled through a lot of injuries and adversity, and I'm just happy that she got this.
Now, Coach, one thing is you're going to be traveling to Illinois State to take on the Redbirds. That's going to be a good competition. How does this game prepare you for that game against the Redbirds in Illinois State?
It's going to be completely different offensively and defensively. Illinois State's a very stout defensive team. They're going to have a lot of different schemes to try to take our stuff away. So we're going to enjoy this one. We're going to be off tomorrow, hopefully take care of our bodies, and then we'll start preparing for that team. But it'll be drastically different style of play, and it'll be every time we play Illinois State, it's a battle. It's a physical game. It's a defensive-minded game, and I'm looking forward to preparing and going out there and giving them our best effort.
Well, Coach, thank you for talking with us again on our post-game show. Illinois State did win in today's game, 87-68, the final score against the Purple Aces of Evansville. Any final thoughts before we send you off on your way to celebrate, of course?
No, I'm going to go celebrate with the team and enjoy this one. This one is a little sweeter than some.
Well, thank you, Coach, again. Congratulations on your second win in the Valley this season. So kudos to you and congratulations once again.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. Head coach of the Beacons, Mary Evans. It's always great to be able to talk with her here on a post-game show and always able to be able to talk to her. And as I mentioned, Illinois State, the next team that Valpo is going to be taking on, winning their game 87-68 over the Evansville Purple Aces. Your final score here, Valparaiso 71, Drake 61, the final score there. We're going to take just a quick break here on our Valparaiso pre-game show, the Lakeshore Bone & Joint post-game show here. We're just going to take a quick 1-minute break. We're going to give you the stats, the rundown of the game, as well as a couple final scores from around the Valley, as well as in the top 25 of women's college basketball, and some NFL scores to finish off our post-game show here. So make sure to stay tuned to our Lakeshore Bone & Joint post-game show. So we got quite a bit more to talk about. We'll see you back here in 1 minute on the Valpo Sports Radio Network.
Why is Culver such a treat for so many families? Here's a hint. This treat is thick and creamy, and everyone can get it any way they like. Our fresh, frozen custard. We craft it in small batches throughout the day to make our guests stay. Shakes, cones, sundaes, concrete mixers, flavor of the day, and the toppings.
Who says you can't please everyone? There's more than one way to dessert at Culver's. Welcome to Delicious.
Whether it's buzzer beaters,
puts one up at the buzzer, and we go to overtime.
Big celebrations, or an electric atmosphere, we've got it all in the Valley. We've got some of the best. We mean the best.
Women's basketball in the nation.
And the postseason starts here
at Hoops in the Heartland. We'll see you in the Quad Cities.
March 10th through 13th, presented by Grinnell Mutual Insurance. Visit NBCQuadCities.com for ticket information.
Live on WVUR 95.1 and streaming at WVURTheSource.com. You're listening to the Valpo Sports Radio Network.
And welcome back here to our Lakeshore Bone and Joint post-game show. I'm Zach Collins. Let's just run down some of the stats here. We're going to start out with the away team, the Drake Bulldogs, who had 61 points in today's competition. 41% from the field, 24-58, shot 19% from 3, 5 of 26. That's unlike them. They're usually at around a 36% marker from outside the perimeter. They're 8 of 10 from the charity stripe, 20 turnovers with 14 points off those 20 turnovers. They had 32 total rebounds, 23 defensively, 9 offensively, as you heard Mary Evans say in her post-game interview. They had 6 second chance points, 13 bench points, 38 points in the paint with 10 fast break points, 3 blocks, 8 steals, and 15 assists. They did not lead at all in this game here today. Looking at some individual player stats overall for this Drake Bulldogs team, number 2, Maddie Peterson had 12 points, 3 rebounds, 6 assists, and 1 steal. Right with her was number 14, Anna Miller. She had 12 points, was 5 of 9 with 5 rebounds and 1 assist. Falling right behind Miller is Megan Meyer, number 11 for the Bulldogs, had 10 points, 4 rebounds, 5 turnovers, 2 assists, and 2 steals in today's competition. 2 players with 7 points were number 22, Hannah Fuller, and number 15, Allie Woldridge. And Woldridge actually going 4 for 4 from the free throw line in this game here today. Falling right behind those 2 players would be number 32, Courtney Becker, who had 6 points, and number 12, Ashley Imes, with 7. Number 23, Maggie Phipps. Number 1, Hannah Nigis, as well as a couple of other players did play but did not score in this competition here today for the Bulldogs. Looking at Valparaiso overall, they shot 47% for their 71 points in this game here today. Of course, winning over the Bulldogs 71-61. We're 24 of 51, 45% from outside the perimeter. A very good three-point shooting team. That's what Mary Evans' offense has been structured around for the past few years here, and that's what you're going to see throughout her tenure here at Valparaiso, of course, and that's just one thing that she is very capable of doing. She develops teams into good three-point shooting teams, so we're going to see that here for the next few games for these Beacons. As well, you have to look at, in terms of turnovers, they had 28 points off of those turnovers with 30 total rebounds, 24 defensively, and 6 offensive rebounds, most of those by Grace White as well. Second chance points, the Beacons had 4 with 13 bench points. Each team had 13 bench points in today's game. 20 points in the paint, 10 fast break points, 4 blocks, 10 steals, and 22 assists, which is an astounding number in this competition, mostly led by Shea Frederick, who had 10 of those 22 assists. The game was actually tied for 1 minute, 4 seconds, and they led for 38 minutes and 47 seconds in today's game. Looking at the individual stats overall, leading in scoring all on threes was number 40, Caitlin Morrison, 21 points, 4 rebounds, and 1 turnover, was 7 of 9 overall in today's competition. Right behind her was number 22, Leah Ernest, with 15 points, 7 rebounds, 4 turnovers, and 1 assist. Right behind Leah Ernest, of course, has to be number 2, Olivia Brown, had 11 points and 2 rebounds, 2 assists, and 2 steals as well. Right behind her is number 1, Grace White, with 10 points. She had 6 rebounds, as 3 of 6 from the field, 2 assists, and 2 steals in this game. Number 5, Shea Frederick, with 8 points, 5 rebounds, and 10 assists. Very close to a double-double here with 7 turnovers and 1 steal. Shea Frederick played one heck of a good game here today. Not as much in the scoring column as in the last game, but at the same time, that assist marker really does make her game up and definitely shows that she's a very capable player, a very good player in the Valley. So look for her when they come deeper into Valley play as well. And a couple of other players who played as well was number 21, Kara Van Kempen. She knocked down a three-pointer, had 3 points. Number 4, Elise Pitts, had a 2. She had 2 points. And Maya Dunson made a free throw to get her with 1 point. Every player for the Beacons who played today did score and got at least a rebound, other than number 4, Elise Pitts, who had 0 rebounds in today's game. Looking at this team overall, one thing to note about Valpo is they do change up their offensive strategy just about every game. They're not a team that you can particularly say they're going to do exactly this, they're going to do exactly that every game, because a lot of the time they change things up. They know exactly what teams are going to be doing, so they're going to change up their offensive strategy to completely confuse the team and at the same time make them more successful on their end. So we're definitely seeing Valpo succeed in terms of how they're changing things up. Of course, Mary Evans saying they're going to take a break after this for one day, get ready for Illinois State. That's going to be a different challenge. They're a very different team than how the Drake Bulldogs are, especially because Drake is with a limited squad, but they still do play, like she mentioned, kind of a different offense. You're not used to seeing an offensive strategy that this Drake team has. They're a very different team. They're a team that when they are healthy, they're going to be very competitive in Valley play, so definitely look out for this Bulldogs squad as well. We're going to take a look at some of the final scores here in Valley play as well. UNI snapping Loyola Chicago's winning streak. UNI 58, Loyola Chicago 54. Your final score. Bree Gunnels for UNI had 13 points and 6 rebounds. Allison Day had 14 points, 10 rebounds, and 3 assists. A double-double for the Loyola Chicago player, but just was not enough to help the Ramblers get a win. Illinois State beating Evansville 87-68, the final score there. Abby Fight has 17 points for Evansville, and Mary Crompton had 22 points for the Redbirds. Of course, your final score here, Valparaiso 71, Drake 61, and of course, leading in ways for Valparaiso was Kayla Morrison with the 21 points, and Indiana State and Bradley. Indiana State beating the Braves 73-57, and Marie Hunter had 22 points, 10 rebounds for the double-double in that game there. Look at some of the other final scores from around the top 25. Number 1, South Carolina beating number 21, Kentucky by 20, 74-54. Number 7, Tennessee beating Ole Miss 70-58. That'll put Ole Miss at just their second loss this season. UConn, number 11, taking on the former Valley member of Creighton 63-55. Number 8, Michigan beating Rutgers 76-47. Number 5, NC State beating Miami 76-64 in that final game there. Number 17, Duke taking on Syracuse 74-65. Duke winning in that competition. Iowa beating Nebraska. Number 22, Iowa had 95 points over Nebraska, who also had 86 points. A very high-scoring game. Caitlin Clark for Iowa had 31 points, 8 rebounds, and 12 assists. Very, very good game for the Iowa Hawkeyes in that competition. UT Rio Grande taking on number 9, Texas. Texas up by 23 in that game, the third quarter. Number 10, Maryland taking on Minnesota. Maryland up 55-48, 3:33 remaining in the third. That's always something you like to say, especially when you get a broadcast here. 4:53 remaining in the third is Alabama. Number 15, Georgia. Alabama currently beating Georgia 54-38. Alabama's a pretty good team, 10-4. Georgia 12-3. So definitely look possibly for an upset in that one for women's college basketball. In the third quarter as well, with 7 minutes, 5 seconds remaining. Number 25, Texas A&M 46, Florida 35. And a game that has just begun, Virginia taking on number 16, Georgia Tech. It is 8-6 in the first quarter, just about 5 minutes remaining in that game as well. Looking at some scores from around the NFL, a couple of really interesting games to look at here. The Steelers and the Ravens will be heading to overtime. The Steelers are looking for a playoff spot. We definitely have to look at that Colts and Jaguars score. The thing is, the Jaguars have beat the Colts 26-11, and that gives the Steelers a chance to make the playoffs if they beat the Ravens. They're tied at 13. They're going to be heading to overtime, so definitely stay tuned for that game because you might possibly see Ben Roethlisberger in the playoffs once again. Looking at a couple of other scores, the Browns beating the Bengals 21-16. Browns are 8-9. Bengals are 10-7 coming into this contest. Packers, who clinched the Northern Division in football and just being a very good team overall, actually losing to the Detroit Lions 37-30. Your final score there from Detroit. Very interesting game. Packers always play pretty poorly in Detroit, and that's something that they did here in today's game as well. Bears were up on the Vikings the last time we checked in the third quarter. They're up 17-10. They ended up losing 31-17 to the Minnesota Vikings. And definitely there's a lot to happen at Hallis Hall for Bears fans as well as just the Bears themselves. Washington football team beating the New York Giants 22-7. Jaguars, as I mentioned, beating the Colts. And the Titans beating the Texans 28-25. your final score there. And that'll finish things off here on our Lecture of Bone and Joint post-game show. We hope that you join us Tuesday, January 11th on the Valpo Sports Radio Network as the men's team will take on the University of Loyola Chicago Ramblers as Todd Eichow and Aaron Levitt will have that call at 8 o'clock with a pregame show starting at 7:30. We'd like to give a quick thanks to our sponsors who made today's broadcast possible, including Hungry Howie's, First Source Bank, Allegiance Credit Union, Culver's, Holiday Inn Express, Lakeshore of Bone and Joint, Royal Excursions, Wings Etc., Berkshire Hathaway, Heinold & Feller, Pepsi, Bud Light, Terry's Discount Windows, Northwest Health, and Ticket Smarter. Today's presentation of Valparaiso women's basketball has been an exclusive presentation of Van Wagner Sports and Entertainment. The GM for Van Wagner for Valpo is David Kay. This broadcast is an exclusive presentation of Valparaiso women's basketball here on WVUR 95.1 FM, and any reproduction, retransmission, or other use of this broadcast without the express written consent of WVUR is prohibited. The general manager for WVUR is Garrett Willis. The sports director for WVUR is Jeremy Lubke, and the programming director for WVUR is myself, Zach Collins. Once again, your final score here from the Arc is Valparaiso wins big, 71 over Drake, 61. I'm Zach Collins. Thank you for listening to another presentation of Valparaiso women's basketball here on the Valpo Sports Radio Network. Enjoy what is left of your Sunday evening. Don't text and drive, and have a great week as we say goodbye from the Vale of Paradise.
You work hard for your money. We know you do. With that same work ethic, Allegiance Credit Union has been serving the very same hard-working Northwest Indiana community residents for over 50 years. There is no better place to go for your financial needs, such as new and used vehicle loans, personal loans, Visa credit cards, and home equity loans. We are here to help you get that loan you deserve. Make it easy by simply applying for your loan online at Allegiance.org or stop into the Allegiance office nearest you. Not only can Allegiance offer affordable payments, but also extra benefits, such as a fast application process and no payments for 90 days. Come to a place where we take care of hardworking community people like you. Visit Allegiance.org for more information today. That is Allegiance.org. Contact Allegiance for more information on the 90-day no payment option. Membership required for loan disbursement.
That was another presentation of Valparaiso Beacon Athletics on the Source 95 and the Valpo Sports Radio Network. Any reproduction, retransmission, or other use of this broadcast without the express written consent of the Source 95 management